we are. Hi, everyone. Hello. How are all of you? Let me go ahead and drag that good old guy. Let's see over here. Indeedy. Okay, I think we're good to go. If I can at least hope, fingers crossed. Microphone's always already sliding. It's no good, I tell you. No good at all. I hope you've all been well, though. Let's see here. We have Catatonic. Hello. Welcome back in. Also, as well, yeah, just Catatonic on YouTube. Hello. And then on YouTube side of things, or Twitch's side of things, we have Check and Agape. So welcome into the two of you as well. Hello. I believe Check and Agape were here yesterday, so welcome back in for day 2 Electric Boogaloo. I'm excited. I am super duper excited, I tell ya. I am excited because, and hi Seratus, hi boss, hi Chad. Hello, and welcome in as well. Hi. And yay, there's people on YouTube. The thing is, I understand why there's usually, or there's sometimes a lot of activity, sometimes not, sometimes a lot, sometimes not a lot. I am a lurker at heart. Usually I don't talk when I'm off stream and I'm watching someone streaming. I'm not much of a chatter myself, so I can understand the just want to just lurk in the background, have it on the background, just have a good time, fun time. I understand it. And then you have people who are chatting all the time, and I get that too, because there's sometimes when I'm a lurker, also sometimes when I'm a prevalent chatter and we just hold conversations. It's nice. It depends on the mood of the day, the vibe and the feel you're going for. So I understand both sides of the coin, so to speak. How have you all been doing, though? Today, what was I going to say? I was going to say something, and then I just forgot. My mind said, nope, don't want to do that. That thing you thought you were going to do, not happening, sorry. Try again later. Come back in 3 to 5 business days. I believe I was going to say tomorrow we were doing more of this, so whatever we're doing today, more of that. And I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that going forward, until we get this done, 2 weeks out of our 3 will be dedicated to programming. And then once we're in a spot I'm happy with, then we'll pick back up doing a game or a music stream or something of the sorts. But I stream 3 days out of the week, and I've been doing 1 for different topics every time. So 1 pixel art, 1 programming, and then 1 wild card. So I think till the end of the year, until then, probably going to be programming for the 2 days out of the 3. And hi, Mr. Retuctor. Welcome back into stream. Welcome in as well. And hi, Earth. I finished Inscription today, feeling so inspired for the game dev. Lovely. And too bad I have not a lot of time because of college. Not so lovely. And also side things to do like devlogs. Yeah, that's the thing. And maybe we can touch on it too once that's up. But the idea of multitasking, wearing a lot of hats when it comes to game development, I knew it was going to be a challenge, but I also overestimated my capabilities. So we're kind of in this kind of limbo at the moment where it's a thing of just, yeah, that thing I thought that I would not have to spend a lot of time on, turns out I do. And because I had to spend time on this thing, I then can't allocate time towards something else. And because I can't allocate time towards that, that means this other thing has to suffer because of it. And then it turns into a waterfall effect, and that's no fun. So maybe I can touch on that too. And hi TB, welcome back into stream. Sup guys and gals. Oh hello, and sup to you. And when I finished Inscription, the ending finished me. It's something else. I've seen it here and there. I remember some of it, but not all of it. All I know is that I liked the beginning part of the game because it was that, yeah, I won't say too much if anyone hasn't played it, but I liked the beginning because it felt, I liked the game mode. Then they change it up on you a little bit in the middle. I think it goes back to the beginning game mode. I don't remember, but I liked the beginning, and then it turned into something else. And then they kind of lost me. That timer is up though, so why don't we go into things, or get into things? We got a lot to do, got a lot to say. So let me go ahead and let's see, move this microphone up a little bit here. I think the main problem is that I work solo. Yeah, that's the thing too as well. Working solo, you have to wear a lot of different hats because you're a lot of different people. And the last part, later parts feels a bit tedious. I see, yeah, I can believe it. And I don't get a lot of external validation for motivation and the scope I set for myself. That's understandable too, yeah. Keeping yourself accountable to a schedule, holding yourself accountable to getting a certain amount of work done each week, I do understand that too, yeah. Well, that said, let me move you into planning here. And oh, hold on, let me make sure that hides too, because Discord should not have been enabled. There we are. Alrighty then, today should be fun. We're continuing where we last left off. This week I did not get a chance to, what's the word I'm looking for? This week I didn't get a chance to work on the game during the week, and well, that's unfortunate. The good news is that I was working on a project. I'll talk about the project a little bit later, but I was working on a project. It took longer than I thought, but now that the project has been completed, I can convert all of that time spent back over to Necrotype Cafe, since this was a temporary time sink, and now we're back to the real main dish of it. So I'm excited in that regard that the side project I was doing has been completed now, and I won't have to do it for a little bit. I don't know, this one didn't land. What do you mean? Whisking you were here. I quite like it. Granted, it was a whiskey joke, but I took the whisk. And hi, Polly. Welcome in the stream. Welcome back. Alrighty then. With all of that said and done, well, with all the puns approved and unapproved, you stay right where you are, getting nice and cozy. There's nowhere else you really have to. Good. There's nowhere surely you have to go, so stay right there. So it seems you are in a, how could you describe it? You know, you're here, I'm here, we're in this kind of lobby, office space, and you're waiting to get onto the elevator. No! You could just call this limbo. You've been in limbo before, I'm certain. There's no doors, there's no windows, there's no stairways. Really, it's just you in this room with some elevators, and you're waiting to go to your business meeting. And you know, since you have some time while the elevators are waiting, they're not paused forever. You're just waiting. You've already clicked the button a few times and nothing's happening. But I assure you, they'll come in due time. You know what? Since they're gonna take a while to come, why don't I take this moment of opportunity and eager to get back into corporate hamster wheel? 1995 year door. There's no horror, I assure you. In fact, the only thing here is, hold on. The only thing here is, wow. Sales, buy. That's the only thing here. And what if I click the button harder? Funny enough, I tried that. I don't know if you were here for a check. I posted the other week the schedule update, and the button didn't work for posting, so I clicked, I then proceeded to spam the button 20 more times. Nothing happened. I went to sleep, woke up, and YouTube said you posted this thing 20 times. So, lesson learned, pressing the button multiple times can be a bad thing. I don't know, it's corporate. It's business is what it is. Now, I'm sure you're quite curious. Why are you here exactly? Well, I don't know why you're here. I'm here too. I am just as much trapped as you are, truly 100%. But, you know, since you're here, I'm here. Why don't I go ahead and talk about my up-and-coming game? That game is, of course, bam, Necrotype Cafe, a rhythm typing cafe game. The idea behind this is that this is called the elevator pitch. I have less than 1 minute to attempt to pitch my game to you. It serves as a way for me getting better at explaining my game in a small amount of time, and also gives you a chance, if you haven't been here before, or haven't been here in quite a second, to get caught up to speed with the idea of the game. So it gets everyone on the same playing field, just about. We're getting fired as always in this economy. I assure you, no one's getting fired. You're just kind of here for a second. The moment will pass. You'll be fine. With all of that said and done, though, that timer is up there. So once we reach that 45 seconds, I will begin. And why do the elevators spawn the second you end the pitch? Coincidental timing. That's just, it's funny enough, really, when you think about it. Welcome to Necrotype Cafe, a rhythm typing cafe game where you play as Gabriella, a necromancer sent by her necromancy family to a prestigious wizard magic academy. The idea behind this game is that it is a cafe game. You serve your fellow wizard customer students to hopefully, at the end of the year, show your family that you don't have to be a wizard or necromancer. You can be a baker, a chef. And how do you serve these customers? Why? You have to add some rhythm typing to it, a little bit of spice. The idea is that it's a rhythm typing cafe game. So instead of crafting brews and creating ingredients together, mixing them together, you have to summon the food via spells, and you do this via poetry. So you have to type out poems to the beat in order to summon the food to serve to the customers. And hopefully, as you go on in the game, the idea is that you get more spells, more foods, more different customizations. So hopefully, by the end of the show, you can be you. I'll give that one maybe 7.5, 7.5 or 8. I touched on all the points I wanted to, but I think I could have worded it better. And thank you to Endrix for the follow. Welcome in, and thank you. Nice 8 out of 10. Yeah, I'm thinking 8 out of 10. More about. And interesting, lovely. Now, if for whatever reason you're not clearly sold on this, because I'm sure you're 100% sold, why don't I go ahead and show you the current prototype of the game? How about that? But to do that, we're going to need to disable our business attire. And great moment to follow, I guess. Well, welcome in. I'm glad you've been sold. So I'll go ahead. I'll take off my business attire here, and we'll grab our business associate here, Bobby. With Bobby here, with him equipped in our inventory, let's go ahead and attempt to try out the prototype, see if it's working. And a live service. What exactly do you mean, Polly? And welcome in, Fontanian Waters. Welcome back to stream as well. Right, let me bring you into Obsidian here. Now that we are in Obsidian, I should be able to click on Run Game. Let's make sure that this is working. And does Bobby also have a business attire? He wears a little tie you can't see off screen. It's there. It's just a tiny little tie. Let me hide this, show this. We should be able to go. That should be full screen there, I believe. Let me make sure your audio can be heard. Lovely. Alrighty. If you'd like to play the demo yourself, all you have to do is !Necrotype. There you go. That should work. It should send to both YouTube and Twitch if it does it properly. It seems to not have done it properly. Let me just double check. Nope, it doesn't want to send it. That's okay. !Necrotype. There you go. That should send it there. Let's see if it does. And it does for YouTube. Lovely. Well there. If you want to try it out, it's currently up on it, the prototype of it. So a lot of things are subject to change. We're just trying to get a feel and make sure the game feels fun and playable. And you can run your game at Obsidian. I can! Magic, I tell you. I forget what it's called, but there's a setting that you can open up browsers, and I just hotkey a browser part of it into here so I can browse the web from Obsidian. It is quite handy dandy. What we'll start off by doing first, very professional indeed. Only the best for Bobby. Let's go ahead and try our calibration. So I click calibration here. I click on start. And let's see. Space. Now, see, this is why we call it a prototype, as things are usually subject to sometimes break a little bit, and it's trying to figure out why. Let's see. Space. I'll also have to add that in the bug notes. Sometimes skulls disappear. We got a score of 0.084. Let me make sure I write that down. 0.084. Let's see. 0.084. There we go. Because I do know that there also exists a bug where sometimes, depending on your calibration results, the game doesn't want to work. So we'll see. And hamburger. Hi, Spanish cast dish. Welcome back in the stream. Welcome in, hamburger. And let's see here. I did read those. Lovely as well. All right, let me go ahead and click on this. And he don't need to. He is business. He is business at heart. Let's go ahead and try out the tutorial. So if I click tutorial here, you should be able to see the game. Here you play as Gabriella. If I use the arrow keys, I can move around. Look at me go. We can go ahead and have a customer get seated. So go ahead, find your spot, read over your notes, and think about what you want very long, very hard. And they are ready to order. So let me go ahead and click on this. And hi, Potent Who? I forget. Was that how you said to pronounce it, or was it? I believe it was either that, or you just said just Po. Either or, I believe, but please correct me if I'm wrong. My memory, goldfish, so it takes me a second to get it ingrained and carved in. But welcome all the same. Now that the customer has their order, we hold down space, and look at this, their order's right there. We have a funny symbols going on here, a lot of funny things. And if we go over here, so if we follow the skull, we should be able to go into the kitchen here. And once we're in the kitchen and we go behind the desk, you can see It's now telling us we need flavor product. So the idea behind the game is that as you go along, things change. Each wizard represents a different flavor in the world. For example, here, I am a necromancer, so my color is purple, and necromancers have the bitter flavor. And as you go along, for example, you have pyromancers, their flavor is going to be spicy, and you'll be able to combine different flavors, and each wizard has different music and instruments associated with them. So it is that it is a rhythm typing game, but it's supposed to have a lot of all of them combined together. Whether or not I'm able to accomplish this, let me know. But I'll certainly try. And surprisingly, the customer had the ability to think. It's pretty unrealistic though. This is a golem, and hi Catatonic. I have migrated. Well, welcome in. For a second I thought that said you had to migrate. I'm glad it was just migrated. Welcome back, and welcome in. If I hold down space, you combine 2 different flavors in order to make your food. In this case, pink, purple, and this symbol means that they want a sweet, bitter cake. Let's go ahead and make them a sweet, bitter cake. And my name comes from potions, so just pot suits better. I see. Pot then. I will attempt to remember. Thank you. And one-man cafe is definitely the best business model that will stay for years with consistently increasing demand. She makes the best dishes, I tell you. What we can do is go over to the shelf here, and you can see there's some flavors. Let's grab our sweet, let's go ahead and grab our bitter, and let's go ahead and also grab our cake. Our sweet, bitter cake. And when we put them all into this together, we can start our spellcasting. So if I go ahead and hold down Q here, let's see. Once Q is held, it tells us how to do the rhythm typing portion of the game. The idea is that once these letters reach the white circle, you have to you have to press the letter. Once this guy fills up, the spell is complete. You have succeeded. If this guy fills up, the spell has failed. You have not succeeded. You have failed. And this guy fills out by missing things and not being on time. With all of that said, let's see if I can give my luck at it. And no, I'm saying that, speaking from experience, restaurant customers being able to think, oh, I see. I get it. I see where you're going. That's silly. I'm dumb. So what's the price of the letter? The letters here are all in one complete sale. Because we're dealing with prestigious Wizard Academy students, everyone has money. The real price of the game is knowledge. As you go along, you gain more knowledge. And the hope is that, or the feel I'm going for is that learning other magic aside from what you're assigned at birth is forbidden. Hence why she's going against the grain, wanting to become a baker. So as you go along in the game, wizards and your customers, your fellow students will hand you their study notes, and you'll learn more magic that way. And a wild air appears, reminding us sometimes you have to mix the bitter in with the sweet to get the good stuff. Hi, Captain McFriendly. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for, well, not stopping by. I don't know what you're saying, but thanks for coming back. Welcome into stream. Welcome in. Alrighty then. Everyone has money. Such a rich talk. This is a prestigious academy. The best of the best here. With that said, I will click on close and the game will start. Are you ready? Let's see. Let's see if the bug does appear. Alright. WITH space T H R E A D S space O S space T W I L I the G H, hold on, T space A N D ERT space G O A T S. There is the bug. Interesting. So 0.084 gives us the bug. Okay. 0.084, yes. Let's see. Works, bug. That number there. So somewhere along these lines is where the bug exists. That is something I do want to address, but I will be doing that on my own time. So if it happens to be the case, you get those jumbled up letters, it could be due to the calibration offset. So do keep that in mind. And if you do happen to get it, if you can, please reach out so I can get the numbers and try to gauge where it is. And she does it in sing-song. Amazing. You've played this before. And hi, Sanaba. Hello, and welcome in. Hello. Well, hello to you. Things will get better, I assure you. It's a lot of just testing. Since this part is a little bit bugged, though, let me show you the Godot version, since that guy should be not bugged and up to date. So let me bring you into, oh, hold on. Let me make sure this guy is hidden, shown like that there, mute that there, bring you into our game here. Where we at with game, programming, there we are. And sure, where to send the numbers though? There should be a, oh, hold on, a programming part in the Discord, or not programming part, what is it called? Bug testing. Let me see. If I go down here, and I go into you here, let me see if I can find it super duper quickly so I can show you. Hide you there, show you there, and I go ahead and hide you there, and let's see. Yeah. And if I, oh, music, hold on, that way you can still hear things. Click and do that there. button pressing and we go here, you should be able to hopefully see in just a second here. If I do File, Save As, click on you here, click on that there, and then if I go ahead and many buttons, I'm realizing I drag and drop that into there. Make sure our Obsidian is not doing any more audio. There we go. Close you. Good. Lovely. So if you find a bug and you'd like to share it and help me out, exclamation, I can do Discord here. It should send it to both YouTube and Twitch as well. And from there, what we'll do is you will navigate from the Discord. Once you are at the welcome at the very top, you should scroll down and see a part that says Necrotype Cafe. And from there, you should see the little bug reports and you can put it in there. And I'm wondering if there's a thread relating to this bug already, since that might be the best method. I don't believe so, but let me also double check as I can. This bug did appear before, but it's kind of new. It's different now. It was, the thing is, every time I remove this bug, it comes back in different ways. So one problem fixes itself, and now another problem fixes itself. I know why the bug exists. It's just the how now that I'm trying to figure out how to fix and tweak. I haven't dedicated time yet to setting a day to look at the bug yet, but I do plan to soon. Once we finish up the ghost, since even if I solve the bug, I wouldn't be able to upload it to itch yet, since the ghosts are still, everything's still, what is the word I'm looking for? It's being tweaked, so this isn't a stable version of the game. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah. And I want to release that stable version with the bug fix and also the ghost. And you got a whole cockroach in there? Yeah, it's awful. Horrendous, I say. Horrendous. Alrighty, let me see if I can show you the game this way. So if I go ahead and just, let's see here, go to customers really quickly so I can hide this guy here. Customer, let's see. Where are we at with customer? Customer scene. I just want to hide this so we don't see the customer status. I'll click play on here. And in such rolling bugs, it can be useful to just read full code again and compile it, run in head. Do you mean just going through it by reading it, TB, and trying to understand the logic of the game? Or logic of the programming itself? If that is the suggestion, yes, I do agree. That's something I'll try to do. Let me go ahead and grab our Godot here. Make sure you're the right screen. Let's see, Godot here. Lovely. You should be able to hear it as well. All right, let's try again. Calibration aside, if I click on tutorial here, we move around, customer appears. Customer will then walk over and they'll think about what they want. They'll find a spot, then move around, sit down, and once they're ready with that, they'll read, wave their arm. They want a sweet bitter cake. Let's go ahead and grab our sweets. Let's grab our bitter, and let me see if I can show you the tutorial now. Let's see, hold down Q as well. And I did read that too. Lovely. All right, let's do close. Let's try again. A-N-D space W-H-A-T space I-S space G-O-O-D space. I might need to calibrate this. A, or slow down. N-D space T-H. Yeah, slower. E space M-O-M. Right. E space N, E-V-E, R-T-H, E-L-E, S-S space D-A-N-D. Close. Kind of close. Let's see. E-R-S-N-A-T-C. Oh, one more. I'm guessing H. There we are. That is that there. And not full code, but bug related, though you do you. The issue is TB is a little bit hard. The reason the bug exists is, and I'll see if I can write it down to show it a little bit more. Give me 1 second, but let me finish the tutorial. Let me click on finalize here, and now we have our cake. We can pick up our cake, serve it over to our good old customer here with E as well. The customer will eat, wipe their mouth, take the payment, and leave. And that is what is in the game currently. And the fact that you were able to add, oh, one more, I'm guessing, and still hit it. The thing is, it didn't finish, so I knew something was off. I could have looked at the text to see that there was one more, but I still haven't used the text feature as much. And what you'll notice as well is on here, there's something called Ghost Serve, but there weren't any ghosts. What we'll be doing today is working on the ghost. Now, to touch on the bug and what's going on, let me talk about that now, since I know it. It's just a matter of fixing it. Let me bring you into concepts here, and let me bring you into our concepts here. My costume just stood at the entrance, or my customer just stood at the entrance. Really? Huh, just now, do you mean? Did you take their order, or what exactly, Polly? Could you elaborate a little bit? You took their order and they just stood still? Just stood still, yeah. And let's see, I did read that. I still think the comma might be the problem. The comma, I do want to change the font. The font will be changed. This is temporary font. That is something that will be modified. And I type fairly well, and typing drove me a little nuts in this. Just need practice, and well, still, I was impressed. Well, thank you. And yeah, level 1, it appears and stood there. And you took the order. Okay, thank you for that as well. Let me write that down too. So let's see. We have bug with calibration, C-A-L-I-B-R-A-C-I-O-N. Let me bring you into here so you can see as well as, yeah. It always seems to be the case, bugs pop up. So calibration bug, and we'll say calibration when set to different settings. Do you know what, well, no, calibration shouldn't be a matter of that. We have that, and also, let's see, C-A-L-I, was it L-L-I? I'm guessing it's L-I, L-I-B-R-A, calibration screen. Sometimes skulls, oh, that's not skulls, skulls freeze. That was another bug I ran into. And no, order, didn't order anything, not even water. I think I'm a little bit more confused. Do you mean the customer sat down? Or, yeah, I would need a little bit more elaboration on that. Let's see, if I go back into here, and I go into here, let's see, concepts? Do you mean, because you said no order, didn't order anything? Yeah. Is the customer waving their hands or they're just standing there? And let me drag you, let's see to here. Yeah, my guess is that what you're saying is the customer stood at the door, you seated them, so they sat down, but they didn't progress past sitting down. That's what happened, it sounds like, I think, is what you're saying. And if so, that is interesting. And I'll have to mess around with that too, if that is the case. Let me slide over here and about, we'll do it here. So why this sit? I see, it just sat there. Okay, interesting. I'll write that there too, and I'll make sure to pay attention to it. Customer in level 1, not ordering after being seated. Okay, I'll take a look at that too. Thank you. All right, but that said, let me bring you into here. And you missed the message? Did I? Hold on. Wondering if there's a thread related to this bug? Cockroach? Where exactly did I miss? Now I'm getting confused. Add, customer just stood, typed fairly well. Level 1 appeared and stood there. No order, didn't order anything, not even water. It didn't sit down. It spawned at the entrance and just stood there. Oh, okay. It spawned at the entrance and just stood there. Okay. Customer level 1, didn't move. And you did interact with them, right? You tried to sit them down. Customer level 1 didn't move after a player tried to seat them. There we are. And hi, is it Darth or Dearth? Welcome back in. Since you said it's been a while, how's the game going? It's going lovely. A little bit tricky, but it's going well. And hi, Code versus TV. Well, thank you, and welcome. Thank you for the follow, and welcome into stream. I need to slow my words down, clearly. But hi, welcome into the both of you. Game dev's going well, slow but surely. Okay, so to explain why the bug appears, in the game, I have it set so that each note kind of exists on a timeline. So if I do here, the song we can say is 60 seconds long. So I'll do 60 seconds, S-E-C. The game where the song is 60 seconds long. And in these 60 seconds, there exist spots where the note should spawn. So all of those exist where it's just saying, okay, at 25 seconds, or I guess those would maybe at, let's say 15 seconds. So at 15 seconds, S-E-C, at 15 seconds, spawn note, S-P-A-W-N-N-O-T-E, spawn note. The issue is, why we're getting all of that word jumbo, is because when you do your calibration, it sets the time back that the note should spawn. So, if it happens to be the case that the note has a travel time of, for example, let's see, it takes 1 second for the note to travel. So 1 second, S-E-C, 1 second, travel, T-R-A-V-E-L, travel time, T-I-M-E. If it takes 1 second travel time, and hi, Ame, welcome into stream, welcome in, and welcome back. And then it's gone for 60 seconds. Did anyone do that reference yet? You were talking about the customer, Ame, related to the bug, and hello, Eris in chat. Hello, welcome in. Yeah, this is the first time I'm hearing about this bug. So I will certainly, have a good big testing mode or testing time. Let's see. And it takes 1 second for travel time. Then the note will spawn in at the 14 second mark. So I'll put on here, it'll spawn in at 14 seconds. So I'll do this here, 14 seconds. 14 second to account for travel time. So 14 second SEC for FOR. Oh, that's not an R. TRAVEL. Travel. But if it's unable to do this number here, then it just grabs everything that doesn't fall into that time, and it says, all right, all of these times should have happened by now, so we're gonna spam that message or spam all of the notes and have them come in. Since if it's a thing of, for example, here, we start off and we're at this 14 mark and we reach the 15, it's something, oh, it's shape. Oh, I didn't know you could do arrows. But everything in here, this buffer time here is when it decides to spam all of the notes, since they happen around the same range. That's why it's doing it there. I know that for certain. It's just a matter of figuring out a new system. Because when I do the game, or when I create it, I give the game about 5 seconds. I'd say 5 seconds, maybe it's more. But I give it a space at the start of the round where no notes respawn. That way they have enough time to account for travel time. And that's so strange. Yeah, that is the idea, at least, on why I think it's not working. For example, if I go into, let's see, programming here to maybe explain it a little bit better, and we go into one of our songs. So I think if I do, what is it called? I don't remember. It would be, I think, just under spells. So if we go to spells here, kitchen, we go to data, we go to, oh, never mind, spell data. Is that you? Nope, nope. We're looking, I guess, for map, and then we go for JSON. Ah, JSON is what it's called. And we check here, and we go for, let's see, start time. Yeah, start time, 2 seconds, for example. And you have something, the start time is in between the buffer time, then it'll be negative time. And if it's negative time, then they all spawn. And hi, I'ma do it. Welcome back in the stream. Welcome back in. And let's see here. I had a similar stuff when struggled with 2D collision and CPP. Could be floating point related. Ooh, fair point. But the thing is as well, that time, at least the timer, or not the timers, but the times themselves are floating point. I do end up rounding to, I believe, the nearest 25. So it'll be 25, 50, 75. I do that. But I don't think that should account for it. My guess is in order to fix this bug, I'm either going to have the notes spawn later to account for that wiggle room, or just something to that extent is I think what's going to need to be done. Where instead of 2, it starts at 3, so just bump it up a little bit to have that wiggle room for when the calibration time goes over it and then it turns into negative. And why not go with nanoseconds and milliseconds? In the game at least, the music itself isn't counted that way, so it's a little bit hard to do it. If I go into, let's see here, parser, resources, I'll just close all of you for just a quick second here, close you. Go back into kitchen here and see if I can show you. Parser, we have map parser, nope. We're looking for spellcasting, I think, spellcasting. And let's see, key listener, spellcasting minigame. Let me see if I can show you, because I haven't seen this in a second. But we're looking for, yeah, you can see spawn time minus travel time, length, all those lengths. Do we ever have that 0.25 I was talking about? If not, yeah, hold time. This hold time here is important. That 0.15, things like that. And as far as it feels, the vibe's not 100%. Yeah, I will be, I'll be going back over all of this to see if I can figure it out. But that's my current best guesstimate for how and why. Oh, here it is, 4%. 100 divided by 4 equals 25. That's what that guy is. This guy here controls it. I am not at the moment at least doing the milliseconds because it becomes a little bit hard depending on the computer. So tracking it this way is a little bit, I believe, easier. But then again, I'm still very new, so it could be just a thing if I think, but it actually isn't the case. I'll figure that out when we get there. And for RPGs, are there any design frameworks you follow? Like ways of approaching the overall design / coding infrastructure? Or what are the genres you typically make? The thing is, I don't typically make. This is the second game I've ever made, and the first game I made was in 24 hours, so I didn't have enough time to make any infrastructure. So I'm still very new, and I wouldn't have any recommendations for structures in general, but I would say, to start out, write everything down that you think you would need for the game. Write it down like you're writing a recipe, and start from there. And yo, what's up? Hi, Blitz. Welcome back in the stream. Welcome in. I hope you've been well. Hi. With that said, yes, I believe. Yeah. With that said, let me show you what we recently did with the game. And this is what we've been working on. And yeah, we'll see if we can figure it out. And could have fooled me. They seem seasoned. Well, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I've only ever really made one game in Godot. And that one game lacked structure. This is my attempt at adding structure. However, I am realizing that my abilities aren't as good as I thought. I thought this game would only take 6 months. We are on year 1 and 3 months. So I started this game in last August, and we're still working on it. I wanted it to be a small project, but that didn't work out. And I decided to switch from GMS to Godot. Ah, well, welcome in. Welcome in. I hope you like it on the other side. What we've been working on is not only the customers, so if I spawn a customer in here, customers, they now move correctly. We've also been working on ghosts. So what I can do is spawn in a ghost here. We have these ghosts that move around, and they're supposed to be, what are they called? Obstacles. They're supposed to be obstacles in the game. They're not mean, they're not hostile. They just want a little bit of a hug. But our main character, Gab here, she's afraid of them. Not a good, what's the word I'm looking for? Not irredeemable. Irregular fear. She really shouldn't have a fear. They can't hurt her. In fact, they love her. But because they love her so much, they want to follow her around the cafe to show that, hey, I like you. You've got a good feel about you. But she wants to run away from them. And you missed probably someone important message, did I? Hold on. Check it out. Let's see. Let me click this guy here. Thank you for that as well. Hold on. Levels, default, you wait. I'm waiting. Hold on. Let's see here. Custom response. And you sit them down, Polly. You press E on them, right? Just double checking. You hold down space, yes, but do you press E? I can't see the E if you did E press it. Let me just make sure. Quite standard, RPGs, yep. And I see. I mean, if you only did if you only did the game, would probably go faster, but you're doing tutorialing, doing other things, streaming, and also trying really to make it ready to go, not just pop and drop, just saying. Yeah. A lot of time hasn't been spent, for example, weekly on the game outside of streaming time recently. So I'm hoping, at least for the rest of the year, I'm able to spend daily time on the project. I'm hoping, is the fingers crossed case. And does the default level work? I think we've mostly seen the tutorial. I can possibly show you the default level. Let's see. If I bring you into my Obsidian version, let's give it a try. If I just go, let's see here. I click on you here. Hi, Rodrigo. Welcome into the game. Welcome to the game. Welcome to the game. Welcome to stream. Welcome in. You should be able to hear it. If I click levels here, I click on default. I move around, I wait for them to spawn. They spawned about, I believe, 5 seconds in minimum. And we wait for them, and we seat them. Yeah. Are you pressing E to seat them, I mean? Yeah, for the interact. If I sit them, then they do it. How's it going? Going well. However, bugs are appearing, which is a little unfortunate. That's okay. Bugs are to be expected when it comes to making your own games. Let me bring you back into programming here. And if we go back into you here, I should be able to click on you there. There we are. And the way ghosts are supposed to work is that they do a lot of things in the game. Not important at the moment. All that you need to know is that a ghost will move from spot to spot and wander around the cafe. And there you go. I am indeed a bad waitress. I didn't even sit them down. I see. The thing is, though, I know I do need to redo the tutorial. The tutorial could be clear. And my bad, no worries at all. If you didn't get it from the tutorial, that means the tutorial isn't clear enough. So that's the thing I'll have to fix on my side, since you do seat them in the tutorial, but I could make that clear. So yeah, tutorial is already on the chopping block to be redone. So I'll make sure to note that as well. And no worries at all. Thank you. The fact that you thought it was a bug and you hadn't enough time to share it, I do appreciate it, truly. And 2 Yelp stars, good burger. Have the seat self, no napkins. Oh boy. The ghost here will wander from spot to spot. So I can move the ghost here. They'll be on a timer, but the ghost will move from spot to spot. So they start here, they might wander up to here, down here, or up here. Their job is just to act as an obstacle. And the ghosts work a little like customers, where a customer will want an order, and a ghost will want an order. And just like how every wizard has a different flavor, ghosts also have a flavor, and it's called memory. So the idea is that in order to banish ghosts, you have to serve them memory-flavored food. So if I go up here to our area dish, I just take off bitter. Let's give them a sweet memory. Let's go ahead and grab memory here, sit it down, and if we hold down Q, I'll skip the song here just to show you. But if I click on here, we have our dish. We can pick it up and serve it to the ghost. And the ghost will take it, and now they're gone. They've been banished. Poof. So you'll have to serve both customers and ghosts. What we'll be working on today is adding the feature so that when you're in the ghost radius, the ghost will try to follow you around the cafe as the player. That's what we'll be doing today. Oh, before that though, ghosts will need to be, there is a bug related to them, and I'll show you. I should be able to at least. If I spawn the ghost, and I see, clicking 0 is a tutorial, I clicked 1 right away. Oh, yeah. 0 is the tutorial, 1 is the, yep. and to the Shadow Realm. They just poof back for a while. And I mean, if I walk into an empty cafe and the waiter slash waitress didn't sit me down, I'd slightly be angry. They do leave if you don't set them down in time. And we go up to the ghost. I can't move them, but for some reason, when the ghost is on the move, so if I just have the ghost move, I can push them. Or sometimes I can. It's not letting me push them this time because, oh, nope, there we are. I shouldn't be able to do this. So I wanted to see if we could figure out this bug specifically, and then we'll move on to having the ghost follow you, because right now, you can push the ghost. And I don't know why. And hi, Noi, welcome back into stream. And how do you get memories? Memories in the game are just another dish you can, or not dish, but ingredient. When the game does, or when the ghosts are added, memory will be on here by default, so you'll just be able to grab the memory flavor. I do want to do different things with this, but that's for later. We just want to get it working now, and then we can kind of spice it up, but memory will just be a flavor on here. It'll be a little bit different from your regular flavors. And I did see that, yep. And it could help to have the label already instead of having to hover over to see the tutorial there. That's a fair point, yeah. The thing is, if I go back to here, I can show you as well. Here, if you don't know what's selected though, however, I do want to make the game accessible if you're only on the computer, or not computer, keyboard. I would like to add, for example, using the arrow keys to select everything. So that is planned. That way, maybe when you start off, it is already pre-selected as, yeah, tutorial. And here, the words could also be bigger, things like that too. Yep, 100%. And we can hug the ghost. Let's go. Oh boy. We go back in here. I meant lore-wise. Oh, I see. I haven't figured that out yet. That's a fun point to think about. Yeah, I haven't figured it out yet. Most of the lore is still unknown since I'm really focused on implementing everything into the game. But right now, the idea is that each wizard is associated with the flavor. And then we add, I'm thinking some wizards or some ghosts will need memories, or what is it? Bitter memories. Some will need sweet memories. But that's down the line. But lore? Yeah. Don't have any lore yet. But good, great question. Yeah, I'd love to add lots of lore to this. With that said and done though, I believe we should be good to go in terms of catching everyone up on what's going. We'll figure out the bug, and then we'll add on to the ghost following you around. And the lore is still unwritten. Eris befuddling, Eris bedding field. I'll be excited for the lore, I tell you. The thing is, I always get caught up in the writing, but I want to make sure we get the important things in Bork. You heard the Borks. I have 2 Borkers. Let me go ahead and bring you back into our planning screen here. And I just want to briefly talk about what's going on, what's been happening, and just talk about game development in general. And as you can see, yeah, recap, we did the recap. Let's talk about the announcement now. So let me slide you over here, slide you back down here. There you are. I should be able to see all of you now. And I look forward to everything. Lovely. I'm really happy to hear. I hope I can give you the experience I'm hoping to provide, but thank you. And the lore keeps turning 180 degrees like every month anyway. Yeah, that's why I don't want to have anything concrete. And hi, the carton. Thank you for the follow. Welcome into stream. Welcome in. Alrighty then, let me go ahead and click on you here, click on screens here, and you should be able to see, there we are, the roadmap. And I 100% read that as whiskey. You were here at first and had a concern. That's supposed to be, what is it? Whisk, like baking. The whisk you used to bake. That's where the pun's supposed to be from. Here's the roadmap though, and you can currently see we are on re-implementing Ghost. Once the Ghosts are back to being where they initially were before we broke the game down and built it back up, we'll move on to working on the tutorial of the game, so freshening it up to make it easier to understand. We'll also add a power-up system, so what's the reward for serving customers on time, what's the reward for banishing Ghosts. I want to do a power-up system. Once we add those guys, we'll just make sure any bugs that need to be fixed will be fixed, and then we'll add a visual overhaul of the game and then also an audio overhaul of the game, so adding more music, adding more visuals, so adding more art, and then the demo will be released. And hi, is it Kurahashi, possibly? Welcome back. Oh, no, not welcome back. Welcome in. Hi, and I really like your content. Thank you so much, Learning Live. Well, thank you. I'm happy to hear you enjoy it, and I'm happy it's helpful. And nice, look at you, 2 steps away from touch-up stage. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, and such a whimsical pun. Oh, that was good. That was bad, but that was good. And let's see, Oh no, I failed to make a cake for the first customer, Miss 13. Yeah, that's another thing. I've been told that the tutorial song is too difficult. That's something else we'll be fixing as well, making it easier. The thing is, I want someone, or I want myself to be able to get a perfect. Until we get a perfect, we're just going to keep making everything easier and easier when it comes to that, until a perfect is achieved. Because right now, it's super duper hard, and it was harder than this. Believe it or not, the current version of the game was more hard. It was more difficult in earlier versions. Oh, this is the easiest one to date. That said, though, one thing I wanted to bring up was, what was it? Yes, right. I've been working on a project, and that project has taken time away from development of Necrotype Cafe. However, recently, this week, or what'd you call it last week, or a few days ago, we can say that, I finished the side project, the side path, and now I can hold on my what's the word I'm looking for? Allocate more time to Necrotype Cafe. That's what I was going to say. Whimsical but rough. Oh, new project! Side project. What is it? Side project. What I was doing in my free time, but I thought I could get out in sooner time, and turns out I couldn't. Let me pull up the itch page here, if I do that there, and let me go ahead and click on, let's see here. If I do this, it should allow you to see it. Lovely. Okay, well then, if I do, and back in my day, you were happy if you succeeded. Oh, it was probation. Let's see here. Let me do exclamation. Oh, if it lets me. Oh, I did. Exclamation TMPLATE. There we are. Exclamation template. That should send it to both YouTube and Twitch. Lovely. Okie dokie then. Wow. I was working on updating this asset pack here. I can bring you into the browser here. And there we go. This asset pack here. It's 100% free to use if you're, be it a game developer or an artist. If you'd like to use it to study how to draw characters or put them in your game, you can. This is what I was updating. And we've been adding different, over the months really, different animations. And I recently added the interact animation as well as the jump animation. If I scroll down here, you can see a big old sheet. We have jump, interact, and jump. That's what's been added. And does typing cafe mean that you're managing a cafe where people type, or you're typing in a cafe? Hi, Claymore Dev. Welcome into stream. Welcome in. The idea is that instead of adding ingredients together, you have to type out poems. Your spell casting to make your food. So in order to spell cast, you have to type out poems. You're typing the poems to the beat. And hi, Dr. Indiana. I think that's how you say it. Welcome in. And hello, the doctor's in. Well, welcome in. Hi. Happy to have your company. That's what I wanted to say. I was working on these guys. Now that the update is complete, I'll be able to spend more time on Necrotype Cafe, which I'm super excited for. With all that's done now, let me bring you back into our programming here. I think we're good to go in that regard. Lovely. Indiana like the state? I see. No relation to Indiana Jones. Of course. Completely different. Let's see here. Let me go ahead and close you. So, I think this might be an easy thing to fix, quote unquote, but we'll see. I think it's something to do with the collision that's allowing, or not allowing, but something to do with the collision of the player and the ghost. Player, if I click on you here, I can grab the player scene. Something to do with the player's collision shape, or actually I can just do this, I believe, visible collision shapes. If we close that, reopen it, we should be able to see what the problem is. And also, just to see as well, I'll make this bigger so we can tell if it is the green circle or the blue one. That's making it tricky. And are you the strongest because you're Gojo, or are you Gojo because you're the strongest? I haven't seen that anime in quite a second. Let me click you here, click you here, click you here. Alrighty, so if we spawn in a ghost now, click on you here, have the ghost spawn, you can see their big old radius. We don't have to worry about that one. What I want to focus on are the two green ones you can see, and I'm thinking maybe the ghost interacts with it's either going to be the green one you can see around our main character here, so either the green one or the one at our feet is interacting with the ghost's collision, and that's why we can push it. We can't push it if it's here, but for some reason when it starts moving is when we're allowed to push it. We shouldn't be able to physically alter the ghost because it's a ghost. So let's see, if we go ahead and have the ghost move, and have it move to the spot here, let's see if we can push it. It is, oh, hold on. It seems to be the case that it's the blue one. The blue one of the player is what allows us. If we move the ghost again, if I do this here, and hi, Hala, welcome into stream, welcome back, and welcome in. If I move this guy, yeah, you can see, the ghost is getting stuck at the player's feet. If I move you down here, and just push him, yeah. So it's something to do with the player at the bottom. This blue guy right here, this hitbox is interacting with the ghost. And so are you a pixelation VTuber? Could you elaborate on what you mean a little bit? And I would be happy to explain if I do have the answer you're asking. And let's see here, my name is a legacy between my great-grandfather, who everyone called Doc, and my home state. Oh, how lovely, that's very sweet. And hi to all of you. Just be positive and wish you a lovely day. Well, welcome in, Mr. Dream Studios. Welcome in, and thank you. And I hope you're having a lovely day too. Welcome in. And let's see here. I believe I got everyone. And your art style and content. I see. Well, I'm a game developer, and I want to try making all aspects of my games. And since I'm choosing pixel art as the medium of choice when it comes to making my games, I want to learn and get better at pixel art. That's where pixel art comes into play. And night hugging the ghost should be a feature someday, a very hard one to unlock. That could be fun to do. The thing is, our main character has an irrational fear of the ghost. She doesn't want to go anywhere near them. However, maybe you can go down a path, and that path allows you to learn to better accept the ghost and becoming their friend. Something like that. Could be fun. All right, so if I go ahead and click on our player's hitbox, what collision are you saying? We have visibility there, order, and texturing. How do we check your hitbox? The player exists on layer 2, which is the player layer, and then they have mask 1. Mask 1 is the world layer and you cannot see it. Hold on, let me slide. If I do here and I slide my body across, 1 in mask stands for the world. And if we go into our ghost here, we should also be able to see their guy. So in the ghost world, it's this green circle here. So that collision shape, this guy here. We don't have any collision here. It is you here. So our ghosts exist on the ghost layer and they can detect the player. Oh, hold on. If I just do that, I think that'll fix it, possibly. Maybe, let's see. The world layer, yeah. You don't need to know about that. Let's try that and see if it fixes it. And my condolences, and sadly the captain let the Falcon winner. Yeah, I do agree. And make it an end game thing you get at the end of the game, like by getting the game over, like by the end, get over your fear of ghosts. Yeah, I've been suggested that, and I think it would be a lovely idea. The thing is, we're going for small scope. All of these things would be a fun thing to do, but we want to make sure the game's functional before we add all those fun flavor things. And leave it to ears to make a friendship a game component. Well, I can certainly say my game dev experience has been 100% inspired by Toby Fox and Undertale. It's gotta be up there with one of my top 3 favorite games, so friendship would line up with the idea of getting over your fears. That would 100%. So let's see here. Let me go ahead and move the ghost here and do that there. And the ghost will move. Now, can we still interact with you? Can we still push the ghost? No, I believe we fixed the problem of the ghost being interactable. Maybe one day we'll have the ability to move the ghost, but the good news is now the ghost is not movable, or the ghost can't, we can't move them anymore. So nice thing, it has been solved. Lovely. Okay, well then let's get into the meat and potatoes of today's stream. But before we do that, since ads are about to start, we'll do the ads, and then when we come back, we'll try to add the following state for when the ghost follows the player around. That's what we'll be doing. And getting over fears, I like it. +1 ears things. Well, thank you. Yeah, I can explain this more since the ads are about to go. We'll have them there. Click on that there. Let's see here. There we go. Yep. Okay, I can explain a little bit more. And I want to develop a game like Stardew Valley and Fields of Mystria, so I'm learning pixel art, and I do have some background in programming. Oh, that sounds like a lot of fun. What was it? Yeah, if I had to say my top 3 games I've been inspired by, and they're not in any specific order. One's gotta be Minecraft, another one has to be Undertale. The third one is a little bit tricky because I think to all the games, I guess the third one might be, let's see here. Third one might be games like Club Penguin, or those online games you used to be able to play, like Club Penguin, Build-A-Bear. The online ones, the ones that offered you a sense of community and daily updates, and just that sense of being a part of something, whether it was tipping the iceberg or being on the train and sitting down with some coffee. I did enjoy those games. So yeah, if I had to do like a top-ish 3, I'd say those online games, all of them combined, get a place as well. And let's see here. I do that, yep. And I'm not an indie dev yet or anything, but I'm more inspired by Zune. I will copy that so I can look at them a little bit later. Z-U-N, enter. There we are. Yeah, Sun. I see. Oh, video game developer. Ah, got ya. Yeah, I'll look into them a little bit later. Thank you for the suggestion. Alrighty, with all that said and done though, let me get some water. And no Skyrim? Funny, and well, the thing is, I enjoy more games on the visually appealing side. I'm a fan of cartoonish things, if you couldn't tell, and Skyrim was a little bit too realistic for me. I enjoy the game, I do, but the textures are they're on the realistic side. Another game I think I've been heavily inspired by was Overwatch. That's a kind of pretty good one too. Overwatch 1 though, not 2, very specifically. Overwatch 1, the idea of having these characters fight each other, the interactions between characters, the secret things, I did enjoy that as well. And having these characters, ability-based characters, that was something I enjoyed too. So if I could, I don't know what will come after Necrotype Cafe. I do want to do something else smaller. I don't want to work on another big project again, but I think probably after Necrotype Cafe, then we'll go into maybe a few game jams here and there, see if we can hone in our skills, and then we'll see about another mini of something smaller. Because this is the thing of, would you rather spend 7 years working on a game, or would you rather spend 2 years working on a game. And I don't know, I haven't even reached the 2 years mark yet, thankfully. Thankfully, however, I'm hoping that as I do more development, I'll get faster at things. And this project here was meant to be a learning project, since it's the second game I've ever made. I don't expect to be able to do things efficiently and fast, but hopefully after a lot of practice, the things that I struggle to do in a month can be done in maybe a week or a few days. And since Toby's Fox's Idol, the one who made Tohu project, which Toby is also surprisingly a very big fan of. I see. I don't know much about Tohu, but I have heard of it at the very least. But that's nice to hear. And from an outsider's perspective, you seem like a creature, some creature from League. Oh no! We talked about this, I think, the other week. I was saying, for maybe 6 months straight, I was sober. I hadn't played the game in so long, but then maybe a month recently I started playing again. Just maybe a little bit here and there. And if I had to say who I was playing, I'm playing Hue at the moment. Lots of Hue. And ads broken, ads are back. Speaking of which, welcome back from the ad breaks. Let me get some water and then we will continue. So let's see here. And when I came back from for 6 months straight, I was sober. League of Legends. I stopped playing League of Legends for 6 months. I started recently playing again. That's what I was saying. Oh boy. So you went my route then. You're free to ask for elaboration. Let's see here. Let me click back into Godot. I'll save this. I'll also do a backup save of our ghosts are now movable. Ghosts, or can't move ghost anymore. Can't move ghost anymore. There we are. And it's credible amounts of salt and rage, and then turning into positivity and friendship to hide the rage inside. Like I said, I enjoy the ideas of the character voice lines. I enjoy the abilities. I enjoy the lore. I enjoy the visuals. And that's why I really enjoyed it. That was my favorite part of the game. But the coming back and hearing all the voice lines and interactions, that was my favorite thing. And let's see, to hide the rage, it's like no rage here, I assure you. And most tame programming string combo ever. Very tame around here, I assure you. So if I go ahead, we'll hide this vision. No, this is right. This is our status radius, interesting. And this is our vision radius. So this is how far how wide where the player can exist. If the player enters this range, the ghost is able to see you. And I love the lore. Really looking forward to the MMO, assuming I'm alive when it comes out. Yeah, I'd be excited too. I am looking forward to it if it does come out. And yeah, lore and peripherals definitely don't match the gameplay. Congrats again on 6 months, good job. Like, yeah. Let's see here. We'll go back into our player very quickly and also lower the radius since the player's radius is supposed to be this big. Then we'll go ahead and save the ghost here. And step 1 is going to be figuring out when the player is detected. So we need to have a signal for when the player is in range and when the player is out of range. I believe there is some old code here that we can check. And if I go into here, you should be able to see, let's see, the statuses, the ready process, the update. Yeah, just about. Let's see here. Update animation. On vision body, and we also have on status. Alrighty then. What we need to do is do pass. Nope, we don't need pass here. We just need to check for the player. So if I subtract that there, if body is player, and we'll do Control K here, we're going to go ahead and print. So utility dot debug print debug message, and we're going to say player has entered vision. VISION. I think that's vision. Vision or nope, that looks like Vision. Vision. And then we'll do comma, and then we'll do utility, and we'll make it the blue color. I think that's fine. Debug color. We'll set the debug color on into, let's see, I believe notify was blue. So we'll do notify here. So if the body is a player, if the player has entered the body, then we say you, and the player has exited. 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 There we are. And I'm sure Eris doesn't have anything to do with substances. I'm also sure the number 1 ever clip. Don't remind me. Oh boy, I still can't believe it. Not one bit. Let me click on this guy here, and we're just looking to get a message when we enter and exit out of the radius of the ghost. And just calling for steps and admitting you have a problem. It's the 5 stages of acceptance, acknowledgement. Let's spawn in a ghost here, and ghost is spawn. So the hope is that when we enter this circle, we should get a message that says player has entered area. And what do we have if we enter in the area? Enter, we do not do a thing. Alrighty then. And hi, Rudy. Welcome into stream. Welcome in, and welcome back. Let's try then to make sure that the status radius or vision, we want to make sure the vision is able to see the player. The vision, oh, monitoring. I see. Monitoring. Okay, turn that on. How about now? That would be pretty important to make sure it's able to monitor. Level here, you here. Spawn a ghost back in. So spawning ghost. What do we get? We slide over here. Ah, player has entered vision. Player has exited vision. Lovely. Entered, exit, enter, exit, enter, exit. Good. All right. Since that is working, next up what we need to do is just have a toggle or to transition it into our other animations here. So what we need to say, or what we need to have happen, and it might be a little bit easier to write it out. Hello. So is it Pierogigon? Possibly. I can certainly try again. But welcome in. Thank you for the follow. Let me bring you into concepts here. And the idea is that we have our ghost. Where's our little ghost guy? Little ghost guy here. Let me move him up. And we have you here, and we have the player here. When the ghost has entered, or when the player has entered the ghost range, you want something else to happen.
Noise 70 just redeemed hydrate.
Hydration is certainly important. Have to hydrate before you dehydrate. So let me go ahead. H2O? Yeah, H2O. Wasn't the bad one H2O too? I forget what it stands for, but I'm pretty sure H2O good, H2O2 bad. And hi, you said agree? Lovely. Oh, thank you. And glasses toggle, turning off the big brain mode. How dare you? Let me grab that 10-minute clock. So let me grab you here. Let me grab our 10 minutes. 10 minutes is on the clock. Let me go ahead and disable the glasses. There you go. Alrighty then. And what we want to have happen, and I'll try to explain this as best I can during this. We have the ghost in a few different stages. The ghost will go from, let's see, wandering to idle. So I'll go ahead and do here. Wandering, W-A-N, oh, that's not an N, A-N-D-E-R-I-N-G. We have wandering, and we also have idle. Let me slide over a little bit. I-D-L, that's not a T, D-L-E, idle. And we can say every 10 minutes, or every 5 minutes it updates. So I'll go ahead and also put this here, and we'll do this here, and we'll do on timer end. That there, and we'll do on timer end. So on timer, T-I-M, time, M-E-R, on timer end. Timer end, E-N-D, E-N-D, like that. And H2O2 is hydrogen peroxide. I say, what a fitting name. Hi, typing hazard. That would make sense, yes indeedy. And just for totally arbitrary information, you don't like speaking slow, right? Indeed, slow speaking, I don't like it. If I must, I do, but if it's what I think, if you're doing what I think you're doing, I say cease it, don't think it, remove it from your thoughts. And let's see here, willing to sleep? No worries at all, Fontanian Waters. Thanks for stopping by and chatting for a little bit. I hope your sleep is nice and relaxing. So let's see here, and I'm so curious now. Oh no. You know what they say, curiosity kills the cat. Let me move that there. I do feel like speaking slow would cause you physical pain. It does. I've done it before. Not enjoyable. Don't like it. Oh boy here. So right now, this is how this is how the ghost works. The ghost will wander around and change their spot. I think it would be a little bit better to, let's see. Wander, yeah. They wander or they idle. They go back and forth here. But the thing is, if player enters, so I'll do here, oh, that's not a good eye. If player, so we'll just do that, P-L-A-Y-E-R. If there is a player, then we add a follow, F-O-L-L-O-W. Then we follow. If player, we follow. That's the new thing we're adding, the follow mode. And the idea is that, let's see here, and no, don't save that for tomorrow since you're not doing the best with words. No! Take it back, Izzy, take it back. And hi, Frost. Welcome into stream. Hello. I just woke up. What are we up to? Well, I hope you had a lovely rest. Right now, we're adding another state, or not state, really, technically speaking. Not quite. We're adding a follow mode for the ghost, so the ghost can follow around the player. And I do that too. Lovely. So usually, this is how the ghost works. It on timer end, so whenever the timer updates, it decides to either move to another spot or just sits in the spot they're currently at. However, if the player enters the radius, then they follow the player. And once the player has been followed, once the player leaves, then they go back to their idle. So I think it would be more so this here. We would do idle back to you here, And if it's idle, we also do back to you here. And wandering will go to if player here. So something like this here is the chart I'm thinking about. And I actually have a problem with speaking quickly. I have to sometimes pretend I'm speaking to children to be understood by people. Really a bummer. It depends. Sometimes I get so excited the words kind of just blah, 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 blah. And that's no good. I can't be understood. And other times I'm just slowly speaking and thinking about my words and trying to slowly concentrate on what I'm supposed to be doing rather than what my mind wants to go all over the place. It's difficult, but I do understand your pain. And let's see here, the forbidden tic-tac-toe. And hi, Crocs, welcome into stream. Hello, welcome in. So we have to add the follow, and we want the follow to happen if the player enters. So let's go ahead and add that, shall we? Let's not have the follow happen, anything happen. We just want to be able to swap these states. I know, violent reveals our evil master plan to conquer the world, but not on my watch, lady. Hi, Turd, welcome into stream. Welcome back. Let's see here. Let me go into programming. With that said, with the idea of the wandering idle timer, we need to be able to leave and exit this follow mode. And how the game works currently is, if we go into our ghost, you can see we have idle and move. The ghost needs to move towards the player if the player is selected. And this little speech was cozy, to be fair. Cozy, but it doesn't show my excitement. Someone said me go slower, where it's more sloth and slow speaking, and that was even worse. Even worse, I say. And there's no hope for ya. The cult grows. There's no cult, I assure you. Nope, not at all. I deny. So what will have happen is, if we do the move state, you can see the move state here, physics update, move and slide. So the idea is that we're going to need a follow state. Well, not a follow state more so. It really just needs to be status. That's what we should be saying, status in purple. Hi, lazily excited. Welcome back into stream. Welcome back in. You gotta speak slow so that way people know. Looks like you're on the go. And hitting that flow. Let's see here. Our status tag. So yeah, well, instead of having the state, because state and status are different things. State is for when the ghost moves. Idle is for when the ghost sits still. It sits still, so the air is real battle for when. She's teaching internet people zero patience. Yes. She's free though. Her DMC being a good way to slow her down. Nope, Saratus, no. Stay away. And what we'll do is we'll go back to our ghost here. And when we are, let's see, status wandering, let's go ahead and add that status of following. So I'll do Control K here. We'll add the status of following here as well. Status following. And
just redeemed
certainly. Let's see. We have idle, wandering, following, banish. Yes, indeedy. And after that, what we'll say is idle, wandering, following. I think we're good to go in that regard. Lovely. All right, let's go ahead and stretch then. So stretching, let's start off by going to the left a little bit. And then we go to the right a little bit. And then let's go back a little bit. And then let's go front a little bit. Alrighty, we are good to go. And she has an oddly accurate epic rap battles of history. Begin! That was a good series. Let's see. So wander timer, don't need to just yet. We just need to know on vision entered, on vision left. Yes, indeedy. 15 push-ups. Never, I say, never! I can't do push-up to save my life, not one bit. When the player enters the body, we then have removing the ghost from the idle spot, and on the vision body, exit it. Okay, this part's a little bit tricky. And now drop and give me 10. I don't worship evil aliens, so maybe Eris doesn't look very dangerous on the outside, but she is. Lies, I say, not at all. So what we'll do, and I do understand that, I do get what they're doing. We have idle and move. What we need to do, if we go back into here, and we go to, let's see here, Obsidian, nope, we need to go into concepts. So in order for the player to be followed, in order for that to happen, hydrogen bomb versus coughing baby, huh? And let's see, joke's on you, peaked at 45. Let's see, I will do, and I'll do here, what we need to do is remove from list and add to list. So if it's the player, then we need to remove, and if we're going to idle, or no, it's not idle, more so would be, let's see, I think instead the arrow will point this way. They're wandering, they're in the move state. Yeah, wandering. That makes more sense. And we'll do it here. So we need to do, let's see, remove if they're doing it here. R-E-M-O-V-E, remove from list, remove from F-R-O-M, from list, L-I-S-T, and add, remove and add, A-D-D, add to list, T-O, T-O, to list, L-I-S-T, add to list. And also make these green to make them a little bit easier to see, hopefully. Green there. Lovely. Okay. And let's see. Incredible. And I've been doing the 100 push-ups challenge for years. Huh. I've never heard of that one at all before. So let's see. We need a way to remove them from the list and add them to the list. 2 of those guys here. So let's focus on first removing them from the list and adding them. I think that'll also have a part to play. Let's go back into programming here. And what you should be able to see is the remove and add. So what we need to do, let's see here, is when we do change goes to wandering, what happens? Let's check. If I undo that, what are we currently doing? Change goes to wandering state. If I do Control-Shift-F, because this is a signal, what happens? This guy is a dead signal. It exists nowhere, which is a-okay, and good news for us. So what we need to do is see about if we already have a signal for, or actually, no, let's do this instead. Utility, utility dot, and I'm thinking we're going to need a signal for add ghost to wander rotation. Add ghost to wander rotation. And we'll do dot emit, dot emit, and then self. And I liked that was very much a punishment in a very chaotic PE class. PE was a terrible, terrible situation, I tell you. And let's see, end of expression. Yeah, dot. You need to be dot. There we are. And we'll do that there, and we'll do that there. So add ghost to wandering rotation, that there. And then we also need to do remove ghost from, or rather, I think it should be, instead of that, it should be, let's see, instead, change ghost to follow. Follow, or not change ghost, but more still, let's see. Remove, glasses timer is up. So 10 minutes, no longer available, and glasses are back on. Big brain, I feel smarter already. Let's see here. Add ghost to wander rotation when they leave the state. And we also want to do change ghost to follow. So what we're going to need to do, let's see here. Change ghost to follow. We want it to be, and let me write it out to make it a little bit easier to understand in my mind. We need to remove from list, and make follow player. FOLLOW, make follow player. Those are the 2 things. And maybe it's probably the most enjoyment depending on the teacher. No, not at all. Nope, not at all. Not even one bit. Not even when it was the, the game day? Nope, no, I didn't need it all the class. Bottom 3. Let's see. We need to add to list, to list. So add to list, add to list, and we'll do here, let's see. What can we call you? We'll add to wandering list. I think that's a good word for it. Add to wandering list and remove to wandering list. Yeah, remove from wandering list, add to wandering list. Then we do make follow player, and we stop following player. So stop following, STOP, FOLLOWG. Following player, that's the things we need to accomplish. And to say that, we'll do a save. And what we'll have happen first is we need to remove and add, and then the activation. So how can we do that? Currently, at the moment, how it works is when we do, and I can go to my cheats guy here. So our, let's see, CHEATS cheats, and this guy here. Right now, I do this via command. So when we have when we tell the ghost to move via command, you folks are doing nerd alert! Any breaks? Always nerd 24/7. You can see here, move ghost to random idle spot. So what we have is move ghost to random idle spot from index. If I go ahead and just grab this guy here, and we do Control-Shift-F to see where this function is happening at, we can click on find, and I'm guessing it's going to be in Ghost Manager. Yes, indeed, it's going to be that .connect. So in our .connect, what's happening in this function, if we click on this guy here, we can see, first, we get the ghost, then we change idle spot. So if we grab that guy here, what happens is we first assign it a new random target, and then we move the entity to that target. So this is going to be the thing we need to do. This is the guy we have to add. Now I'm wondering, the target manager .assign new random target. If we go into our target manager here, so assign new random target, what do we have happen? If vacant list is empty, can't assign new target. Then we check for our vacant list, we grab the old target, so entity.target. I see. Something we're going to need to do is to just have an assigned target. I think we have that. Yes, we have assigned random target. I think that'll be important, right? That is what we will need to do. Assign random target. we're going to need some sort of unassigned to. Let me go ahead and close this guy to make things a little bit easier to see, because I'm seeing a lot up here in my head. It's too much, way too much. We don't need all of this yet. Yeah. And very out of context, but where are you from? You sound Turkish? Really? And welcome into stream, Mirth. Hey, welcome in, and welcome in. That is an interesting one. I've never been told that before, but I am from the what is it? Freedom units from space. So let's see here. Ghost Manager there and there. Okay, so with that said, we have change idle spot. We need to remove and add. Yeah, remove from idle spot. So we'll add a function here. Turkish? That's what I'm surprised about. Yes, indeed. So we'll have a function, and we're going to call it remove ghost from idle spot. Oh, I see. We already have old code. Lovely. And we'll go ahead and move that up there. Speaking English, that is naturally fast. I've seen it before. I have. And remove ghost from idle spot. And do we use this anywhere at the moment? Control-Shift-F. We use it for this guy here. And do we use this function anywhere? Control-Shift-F. We use it in our .connect, and we don't emit it anywhere. Interesting. Okay, well, that's A-okay. What we need to do is do remove ghost from idle spot, and then we start the ghost follow. Now see, this isn't self-explanatory. This should just be remove from ghost from, and I'll say from wandering. Remove ghost from, let's see, from list. Yeah, remove ghost from list. And, oh, how can we do this? I'm just thinking we first remove ghost from idle spot, or remove ghost from list. And then we have function for get the player, or get the ghost to follow the player. Something like that, I think, or start ghost follow. That's what I'm not too sure about. And a scale of 1 to 10, how extreme? I wouldn't know, not one bit. And ancient ones come, or how many gallons of coffee? Coffee makes me sleepy. Coffee does not work on me, but can you imagine how good coffee would be if it did? All the things I could get done on coffee. Let's see, let me go and save you here. So what I'm thinking is remove ghost from idle spot. We have the ghost and we have the player. We take the old target, which is the ghost.target, and we do ghost target.null. I don't quite like this. I think what we should do instead is when we have, let's see, attempt spawn. Nope, we don't need any of you at the moment. We just need to remove the ghost from the set ghost to wander state. Yeah, add ghost to idle, move entity. We have spawn ghost manager here. Yeah, we're going to need to remove the ghost. That's the thing. We have in our game, if I click back here, a manager. If I do manager here, some people are just naturally excited to be here. Yeah. Hi, cat sat on keyboard. Welcome to the stream. And that's only sometimes lazily excited. That's the thing. I would not be able to comment on it just because I don't know. But from what I've heard, it's not always the case. It's just sometimes. So I wouldn't have an answer for you. And hi, cat sat on keyboard. Welcome into stream. And let me go ahead and get that hydration done. Tasty. I like the taste of coffee. Not black coffee, but when it has maybe 80% coffee, 90 or 20% other things. I can deal with that. And water has been done. And hi, I hope everyone had a great day. And if you're not, please reconsider. Oh yeah, I am glad you're back to your old things. Welcome back in. And again, I don't know, and I would rather not add a label that I don't know the label of, and me neither. With that said though, let's see here. Manager here, you here. So we'll do ghost manager here, you here, and add that there. Okay, so in our ghost manager, if I scroll up here, let's just double check here. We have a ghost list, a target list, and a ghost spawner. When we move the ghost, so when we move ghost to new idle spot, we have change idle spot. And on our change idle spot, we have our target manager. Oh, that's what it was. So our target manager here, and if the coffee doesn't taste like pure depression, I'm declaring you what I'm using it right now. So let's see here. Target manager, and in our target manager, we have a few things going on. We have move the ghost, remove the ghost, and change. So what we need to be looking at is our target manager, or our ghost target manager. So let's see here. Target manager, ghost manager, and the ghost manager has a target manager. I see. Got ya. Okay, we'll close utility here, close cheats here as well. We don't need you at the moment. And again, I'd rather move on because it's something I don't know, and I'd rather not comment on it because I don't know. So let's see here. Yeah. Let's just move on. I'd rather do that instead. So let's see here. Target manager and moving state. All right, move state. We don't need you. And we do need our ghost manager. So our ghost manager, you here, and our target manager. In our target manager, we have all of you guys, but our ghost manager has a target manager. That's this guy here. Okay, And on our target manager, we have move, and when we do you here, we have target manager.assign new target. This guy here, got ya guy. Okay, so assign random new target. What this guy does is it removes the old target and adds the new target, right? And I kind of hate seeing you remind me of this. I need a sip. And what if I'm coughing? I'm not having a day. And I genuinely wonder what that says. Could you elaborate a little bit more on what you mean, Noi? And let me go ahead and add here. So we have remove old target and add new target to entity, E-N-T-I-T-Y, entity. That's what that does. We have the remove and add. This one here just chooses from the list of available options. So I'll go ahead and add that on there too. Let's see, remove or add, choose from vacant, V-A-C, is it V-A-C-A-N-T, vacant list, to choose from vacant list, to assign new target, to assign target, target to entity. There we are. And hi, big step sail. Or no, big stepper Sahil, possibly. Welcome in the stream. Welcome in. How do you even think ants speak when you code? I can't. Sometimes I do get a little bit sidetracked, but otherwise, it's a little bit more of a smooth sailing, but welcome in. And let's see, did I miss something? Hold on. Please reconsider or else. Oh, silly. And let's see. All right. And let me go ahead and save that there. All right, so choose from vacant list here, and we have vacant list. Yeah, choose from vacant list to assign. What we need is an unassigned function, I think, and that'll be good to go. So what we'll do is we'll do a function, and we'll do function, so function, and we'll go ahead and do unassign, U-N-A-S-S-I-G-N, unassigned target from entity. E-N-T-I-T-Y, unassigned target from entity. We'll take in an entity, and we'll do entity in T-I-T-Y. We'll take in an entity, we'll do void here as well. And then from there, let's see. We're going to want to just copy this guy, because I think we can use a lot of what's here already. And this was, I see. Any bird fan face? Oh, my diet? And let's see here. Yep, good. And doesn't believe in using words like hate, disgust, or slow. Well, I can certainly be disgusted with things. For example, bananas disgusting. Hate, though, hate's pretty strong. I wouldn't say I hate bananas. I just think they're disgusting. That's the difference. There's a little bit difference. And or banana. Believe in using words. I agree, Saratus. I agree. So let's see here. Instead of a vacant list, we're going to do our occupied. And actually, what do we need to do here? We need to find the target. So find target of entity. That's step one. Once we find it, we remove it. That's it. Remove it. So let's see. Going in, pronouncing a feed, maybe good, but I don't like them. Does it matter the position of the function in the script? Nope. I know it does in C++, but nope, it does not. If you use the function here, but it happens down here, doesn't matter. I do think it's better just code-wise, but no, it doesn't matter. And get potassiumed. I can get potassium in different ways. Thank you very much. So let's see here. First, we have to find the target. How do we do this? We only have our entity to reference off of. So I'm thinking what we can do is let's see, for target in, and then we do occupied, or no, we have to make an occupied list, don't we? So let's see, occupied list. So let's see here. Occupied list. Do we have an occupied list? Occupied list, lovely. Copy you. Occupied list. So we grab you here for target in occupied list. Yeah, find the target. Then we're going to do for occupied. Now, that's the thing. I'm not quite too happy with this. So instead, what I'll do is find target of entity. And then how can we do this? Can we maybe do var target, and then we'll do target here, target equals, and then we can do, let's see, occupied list, or rather target list dot find. And then we can do, let's see here. How can we do this? Target, that's the target. Vacant list, random one. Yeah, and hi, Aska. Welcome in the stream. Welcome in. Anyone drop us too much the sauce? Huh? And let's see. Get the banana, Chris. Welcome in, Aska. Let's see here. And what we're looking at. So our target, our occupied list here. Target list filter is occupied. Target list here. And I'm wondering, do we need to move the target here? Can we just have the target? I think it's fine. If we do occupied list dot find, and yeah, I think this is better. Let's just do our target here. Target equals target list dot find, and we're going to do entity dot target. This should grab us the entity or the target that we currently have for our entity. From here, once we have found it, so I'll go ahead and remove this guy here. The sauce is If we could move the conversation back to the topic of programming, that would be a little bit easier for me to follow in the conversation. Because I'm a little bit lost, and I can't handle... Yeah, let's move it back a little bit to the programming. I'm getting distracted, but no worries at all, no worries at all. So let's see here. Once we have our target, let's see here. Once target has been found, what we'll then do is have the entity, let's see, entity.target, or entity.target equals, and then I'm thinking we can just do null, set the entity to null for the target, and after that, what we can then have happen is we can do target dot, and we can do current entity or unassigned entity. Oh, hold on, unassigned entity, and that should work. If we check for our unassigned entity, you can see entity, current entity, entity area, entity debug. So it just disconnects. We're disconnecting here. And lurking, no worries, no worries. Pot, right? Oh, no worries at all. I hope your lurking is enjoyable. So let's see here. Once it is unassigned, and once both are disconnected, we're left with our target. Now that we have our target, and I'm wondering as well if it's a thing of just, oh no, I do think we need the target. Because then we have to, no, never mind. We fixed it where we don't have a vacant list and open list. So technically speaking, we don't even need this. We're good here. We're just good to unassign everything, which is nice to see. So instead, actually what we do is just unassign it, unassign the target. And I can do you here. So unassign target from entity and assign to _2 and assign to player. No, let's keep it simple. Unassign target from entity. And here's, remind me to tell you about a resource you may or may not like, but is on sale. I gotta look for a little bit. Inspiration to get started on my tutorial stuff. Lovely to hear it. And see you later, or see you chatterinos. Well, thanks for stopping by. And yes, indeedy, if I can get more resources, learn about more of them, I am happy in all ears. I believe you're on Discord. Just feel free to send me the message on there, I believe. If not, you can also send it in the stream chat as well on Discord too. But if you have references, or not resources, but I'd be happy to hear about them. And good luck on your tutorials as well. Good luck. So let's see here. Var target equals target list.find entity.target. And why are we angry here? We have target, and why are you angry? Cannot assign value to type variable target with specified target? I don't get what it means. What is it angry at? Var target equals target. And we'll do things, of course. Let's see here. Var target should just be target equals target list. That does sound right. We grab our target list, and then we do dot, and then we do find, and then we do entity dot target. That does make sense. And I'm just going to hold on and hydrate. Sure. Hydration can be done. Yeah. Why is it angry? What are we doing? What's the issue here? And let me get some water. Sure. Lovely. Hydration before dehydration, very important. So thank you for that redeem check. So let's see. Var target cannot assign variable dot target. So let's see. Entity dot. You do have a dot target. So why are we angry? I guess. Does it really even matter? Can we just do entity dot target equals target like that? Does that work? I guess it does. And have a nice rest of the day, Eris. Everyone, bye. Thanks for stopping by, Polly. Thank you. I hope you have a lovely day. And what are we doing? Right now, we're trying to unassign the target from the entity. So we're taking it off the list of available targets. And we're just taking it off the list of targets that are available. What are we doing? Terrible, I say terrible. Once we have our target, we're going to then unassign that target, and we're going to unassign that entity's target. So we're just, what is the word I'm looking for? Disconnecting everything here. And once it's disconnected, next up, we're going to have to then add the player to the ghost. So I'm thinking this should work. Unassign target from entity. And then we need to assign it to the player. That'll be that. So what we'll do is we will say, let's see here. If we grab this guy, so I'll copy him here and do a function here. Where do we use this guy? In our ghost manager. So in our ghost manager, when we add ghost to idle spot, that's not what we're looking for. We're looking for remove ghost from idle spot. So we use this guy here. And you calling a joke even though Toby Fox himself did terrible? It's okay to be terrible. There's nothing wrong. It's just knowing what you are. Very important. And have a nice rest of your day to do that. Lovely. So now that we're here, we're removing the ghost from idle spot and forcing it to follow the player. Or something of the sorts is what's happening here. You can see for ghost, when we have on vision body enter, we change ghost to follow. That's what's happening here. And when we have the player leave, then we add ghost to wander rotation. That's what we're doing. So back in our, let's see, ghost manager here, when we remove ghost from idle spot, we then need to make the ghost follow the player. So what we'll do is have a function for, let's see here, force the ghost to follow the player. Now the question is how to do that. We have even move ghost here, delete ghost by index, get ghost from index, print ghost. Yes, indeedy. Okay. So let's see. Remove ghost. Nope. We need to unassign target from entity. So we have our remove ghost, and we have the ghost, and we have the player. So remove ghost from rotation. Yeah, we'll do that. Remove ghost from rotation. Rotation. R-O-T-A-T-I-O-N. Move ghost from rotation. Follow, make, or done, set player as target. Remove ghost from rotation, and set player as target. It's a very long function, but I don't know how to word it better. And did I just get called terrible and a joke in the same breath? Yes, you did. Wait, no, hold on. I just realized what you said. It's okay to be a joke too, as well as terrible. And it's again, acknowledging what you are. That is important, I say. Let's see here. Remove ghost from rotation and set player as target. So step 1 is going to be doing our target manager here, target manager dot, and then we'll just say unassigned target from entity, and then we'll grab our entity here, which is going to be the ghost, like that there, ghost. Next up after that, we'll just do ghost start follow player. So then we just have to do that there. That's really all for the function. It's just a really long thing, which I don't like. The good news is there's no real penalty for making it really long. But now that we have that, let's scroll up here. Where do we use this guy at? We don't use it anywhere because we just changed the name. So if we go back up here, we have remove ghost from idle spot, and we'll do this instead, and set player as target. So now what we'll do is we'll copy this guy here, and then I'll use control, hold down control, click it, and we have it in here. So move ghost to idle spot from player. Instead, what we're going to say is ghost to move, and then we're going to have the player. So player as, so that's not how you spell player at all. Player, and then we'll say player. And when you code, it sounds so simple. It sounds like sentences despite being some alien text. That's good. That's what coding is. If you get good enough at coding should read like a recipe. It should read in full sentences. And generally one of the first times we're understanding what's going on, it's a good job. Well, thank you too as well. Check. Thank you. That's good. That's really nice to hear. If it can read a simple English, then that means I'm doing something right. It should make sense just reading it. And this signal that we're using, so if I copy this guy, go back to our manager, I believe. Yes, indeedy. Now, whenever we send that signal, it's going to go here. We're going to just unassign it, and then we're going to have the ghost follow the player. And after that, let's see here. We can go then to our ghost. So on our ghost, and when the ghost should be removed and followed, all we have to do then is just do this here and do utility. So utility dot, and then we're going to do you here, and we're going to do, let's see you here. So we're going to do dot emit, and then we just grab the ghost, which is our self, and we just grab the player, which is our body, like that. There we are. That should be it done. And now the question is, will it actually work, or does it sound like it'll work? Yeah. Step 1, make it seem like it makes sense, and step 2 is sig. Some people, they will test after every change, which I think is a great way to do it. I think it's the better way to do it. And I trust and believe that my logic will follow, and I don't have to do as many checks, which is not a good idea in the long run, but it's worked out okay so far. But I do want to get better at pausing. The issue is I can never find a place to pause where the game won't crash because things are still incomplete. But working, step 1, code. Step 2, code. And when I coded, I would test after every line. Yeah, that can be a good thing to do, especially to make sure every time it's like combing through something with a finely toothed comb. It does work. I do agree to it. It's just I can't find where to pause. That's my issue at the moment. But the more places I can pause at, the better. For example here, maybe we just paused here. We only do it to check for entering. We don't check for exiting. That could be a thing. And you know what? Let's try it. So we'll just say player has entered vision, and we'll just do that. We won't worry about what happens when the player leaves the vision. Let's just get the ghost to follow player like that. That would be a pause. And yet it took me an hour to make a calculator. I feel like a calculator would be painful. I've never done a calculator before, but I did try to make Tetris once for college. I did not enjoy it, I'll tell you that. That was painful. A lot of maths being used. Never again. If I can help it. Double arrays, triple arrays. No, thank you. Didn't like it at all. So let's see here. Remove ghost. So this guy will just emit this. Once this guy is emitted, we then go to our ghost manager. It gets emitted. We have the ghost and the player. And the ghost role, the target will say unassigned. And then we have start ghost to follow. So if we do this guy here, we do find, where are we connecting it at? We're connecting it with our ghost state machine. And a ghost state machine says, follow the player. Interesting, interesting. So what we really need to do, technically speaking, of course, is we need to go back to our ghost manager here, and where our ghost says start ghost follow emit, what we really need to do is just set the ghost's wandering state, and we also need to set the ghost's target as the player. So what we'll do is do ghost dot target, and then we'll set it equal to the player. Because now the ghost should focus on the player. And let's see, why are you angry? Ghost.target equals player cannot be assigned to variable of target. Ew, I see. Understood indubitably. The issue is at the moment, a target can't be a player. It cannot be a player. Yeah, understandable, that's okay. We can do something a little bit creative instead. Make a target on the player, maybe a little bit duct tapey, but that is an option. And it depends on what calculator. In book I read was starting a basics of programming. There were 2 to 3 chapters about it. Yeah. I've heard of a few challenges here and there, but and I'm back doing design document for my game right now. It's such a nice thing. It helps a lot with transferring just thoughts and blurry vision into concrete things. Yes, design documents are lovely. And have to go? No worries at all. Check. Good luck with bringing the ghost back to life. We can't do that. They're dead. Well, thank you. And I hope you have a lovely time doing it is whatever you get up to. And there's a whole math making calculators. I see. Like parsing lines. Same when using compilers. Huh. Interesting. When I coded, I did read that too. Good. Okay, so let's see here. Save this guy. What we need, and I'm wondering as well, is the thing is, if I want a ghost for whatever reason, if I want a ghost to follow another ghost, that wouldn't be able to be implemented at the moment. If I wanted the player, or if I wanted the ghost to follow a customer, that also wouldn't be possible. Because they're following a target, not an entity. They're following a target. So the question then becomes, do we put a target on entities just in general? That could be a thing done. That doesn't seem like it'd be the worst thing to do. That way it's separate and they have their own targets. And imagine Ghost Train of 5 and them in a Ghost Train. I think that would be cute. Something like Pac-Man. That, you know what? Let's do it. I think it could be fun. So what we'll do is we'll go to our entities here and let's just give them some targets. We ghost goofing around because why not? I'll go ahead and we'll go to our entity. Everything that can move around is an entity. So player is an entity, everything is an entity. So we have a target and that is the target they're looking at. So how can we word it? For the target that gets put on the entity, how can we say, what can we do? For example, here, I'll add a target in, this guy right here, and we have a target scene, that guy right there, a little bit of a target. That'll be our small guy. Current entity, you don't need a current entity. We just need to make you smaller. There you go. The ghost will follow this point on the player. And this point will just move around. It's able to see things, it's able to feel things. You're able to see it. And I'm just wondering, how can we assign it? What can we call it? I think calling it maybe tracker could work. Well, what name do you think we could give it if every entity has a target on them? A hitbox? No, hitbox wouldn't be good. Hitbox is what the player can be detected as. What can we use it as? Tracker? I don't think tracker would work either. What word could we give it for any ghost, any player? Things of that nature. Let's see here. Ghost will also get a little bit of a small target, so I can just go you here, copy you here, paste you here. Customers will also get one too, so you'll get a little target guy here. We can also go into our customer just to make sure everyone does have one. And it'll just be a matter of figuring out a name. Anchor? Ooh, Anchor works. I like that idea. Anchor. We'll go with Anchor. A name is corresponding to what you want it to do. The thing is, we already have a tracker as the name though. So we couldn't really, we already have the target as a name. So it'd be hard to do target. Hi, and hi, Thetra, I believe. Welcome in. And hello. Yeah. And I'm putting a target on each entity. And I'm doing this so that each entity can track the target itself. Targets and entities are different things. They aren't the same. I could make them the same thing, or at least how they're counted, but I think keeping them separate is a good idea. Just giving each entity a target itself, I think is better. So yeah, Anchor, A-N-C-H-O-R. I like that. Anchor, I think, is a great word. So we'll use Anchor. And a ghost will have an anchor. Let's see, go back here. Our you will have an anchor. Our player will have an anchor. Our customer will have an anchor. So I can go ahead and hopefully just be able to copy you and go to our customer here, paste you here. You should have an anchor. And maybe provide more context to the name. For example, follow anchor, position anchor. Yes, anchor is nice. Yeah, we could, maybe. I know what it means, but clarification is always very handy. I do agree. And let's see here. Yeah. Attack target, move, attack target, player target, move target. Attack target, right now, this just keeps track of where something is in the world. For example, here, you can see, in this world, the purple circles are targets. They're where entities can track and go to. But the thing is, we're working on a way for our ghost to follow the player around. But the player isn't a target. The player is an entity. Locator? Ooh, locator's a nice one too. That one's a pretty good one too. Locator or anchor? I quite like locator. I think locator might work out a little bit better. What about this game, Bob? Huh? Definitely not. We want to make sure we're clear. Locator. L-O-C-A-T-O-T-O-R. L-O-C-A-T-O-R. Yeah, locator. I like that one. L-O-C-A-T-O-R. Locator. Let's go with locator. I think that one works out a little bit better than anchor. Anchor makes me feel like it stays in place. Locator doesn't. An Apple AirTag. How silly. Let's see here. Let me move you here, you there, up there. And for me, locator sounds more like a device to locate, like GPS. Yeah, we're trying to find and we're trying to keep track of the location. So that does make sense, I think, for locator. We're trying to locate the player. Where's the player currently at? That's what the locator's for. We're keeping track. I'll move that there, you that there, and paste you in here. So locator, you go there. And everyone will get a little bit of a locator. You have a locator, you have a locator. And our path follower is also an entity, so you need to have a little bit of a locator too. After that, we go back to our entities here, and we should be able to do, let's see here, entities. All entities should have an export var, and we're going to call it L-O-C-A-T-O-R, locator. And it's also going to be a target, like that there. So L-O-C-A-T-O-R, save that there. And now if we go back into our Pathfinder, you can see locator. Now we just add that locator here. We go to our customer here. We make sure we add our locator for our customer. So locator goes, let's see, down here. We have our player. Player's locator is now added on. That guy goes there. And we also have ghost here, our ghost locator. And we just drag and drop locator. There you go, and save it. Lovely. Okay, so now that they have locators, it should be a little bit easier to assign. If we go back into our, let's see, state machine, nope, our ghost, nope. Remove ghost, our ghost manager, yes. So our ghost target becomes the player's dot locator, L-O-C-A-T-O-R, like that. I like that. It either would be player.anchor or player.locator. And lovely. Didn't really say it that much. And ghost knows the position of target, but knowing where the target isn't, by deduction, where the target isn't from all positions, it can say, oh, I got lost within the first few words. Could you reword that, TB? I'm a little bit confused. Let me go ahead and save this as well. So the ghost.target becomes the player's locator. And that's how we can do it. And then when we add the ghost back to the idle spot, so let's see here, we have change and we have add ghost back to the idle spot. So that's what comes afterwards. We won't do that just yet. Right now, we'll just have it locate and start ghost follow. Now, I'm not too sure about that one. When we do Control-Shift-F here, what do we do? Does it have a dot connect? It does. For a state machine, start ghost follow, and that guy is not enabled at the moment. Interesting. That's okay. We're all good to go there. What we'll do is we'll say move ghost, and we'll just say ghost to move. And if ghost to move not equal to parent, then we do change state, and then we do current state. Do that there. I think that's good. Is a meme about missiles? Oh, I don't know anything about missiles. That went way over my head. Let's see. Ghost knows the location, knows the position of target, but knowing where target isn't. By deducting what target isn't from all positions, it can say where target is. That went way over my head. Let's see here. We want to move the ghost, I think. So we'll have instead start ghost follower. Not that. What we're going to do instead is we're going to do ghost dot and utility dot move ghost. So dot move ghost, move underscore ghost. Or actually, hold on, ghost dot move ghost. And our let's see here, ghost state machine. We should just be able to really just do that guy. Truth be told, I think if I remove that there, and then we just remove this guy up here, then we don't even have to send the signal. We can just say move ghost dot move ghost. Oh, I don't know if I like that. Ghost dot move. I like that better. So we'll do Control Shift F, or really we can just do move. Ghost dot move, and we'll go back into our state machine. Do Control F here, Control R, and we'll do move instead. I like that one better. Replace. So we have move here, and we have move. It should be down here. I like that wording a little bit better. move, because this ghost.move ghost doesn't sound right. Ghost.move sounds a lot better. So let's see, go back into not entity here. We should just be able to go to our ghost manager. Yes, ghost.move. And let's see here, ghost.move, lovely. And in our ghost.move, one other thing to take into account is if we do .move without anything in between it. So let's see here, ghost.move, ghost to move. What we'll say is ghost to move equals self. We'll do that there too. What this equals self is doing, cannot assign ghost to move with specified ghost type parameters. Oh, let's see. Dot, where are we at? Ghost to move equals, can we do this? Ghost, will that work? There we go. And why I'm doing this equal sign here is sometimes we use this as a signal. Sometimes, well, I want to add it so that it's inherently in ghost.move. I need some move. I see what you did there. And why I'm doing this equal is because if we just have ghost move, then we know we want to move ourselves. That's what that's doing there. And if ghost to move is not equal to parent. So yeah, that works out, I think, quite dandy, because if we just want to move the ghost, then we don't need to put anything in here. But if we're looking specifically for the ghost to move, or specifically we're looking through the list, then that there works as well. The ghost of Necromancer passed. Ooh. Let's see here. We'll save that guy, and I think we're okay. Now, are you ready to see if this blows up in our face? I am quite curious. One more thing I want to check. So we have our idle state and our move state. Yes, indeedy. However, if the ghost is in a follow state, so if we go up here, then I want to use the follow sprites instead. That was the last thing. If I go to my animation tree, you can see we have idle. We also have wandering. We're going to need following, and following is going to literally be just a little bit tricky. I think what we'll do is just first grab this guy here, and you can see wandering. If I click it, these are the wandering animations we have. I believe all of them. Let's see. If I right click, will you let me right click? Can I select? Can I understand what's going on here? We have, let's see, walk up. We also have walk down and up, down. Okay, down goes up goes down. So what we should be able to do, fingers crossed, is if I go back into our animation tree root, I copy the wandering, paste it. Can I paste it? Can I duplicate you? Will you let me duplicate you? No, it will not let me duplicate. It lets me duplicate it over there, though. Hold on, we don't need all of that. And hi, Wallace. Welcome back in the stream. Welcome in. Keep up the good work, dearest. Well, thank you. Thank you, and welcome in. So let's see here. We have following as a state. And from there, what we'll do, and I have to remember, down is up is down. When we go into here, I'll right-click at the very top, and I'll add an animation. We're going to do follow up. I believe. No, follow down. Oh no, that's follow left. Hold on, follow, add animation, follow down. This is going to be follow up, so add animation, follow up there. And then we're going to need, let's see, was it left or right? If we click back wandering, we should be able to edit. And we have on the left, it's going to be, let's see, walk left. So on the left is left, on the right is right. Got ya. Okay, we go back into here, we go back into following here. It's going to be follow left, so add animation, follow left. And then we're going to do add animation over here, and we're going to do follow right. And then we're going to do, let's see, what's next? For our corners, how does it work? Let's see here. For our corner, it's going to be walk left, and then here it's going to be walk right, I'm guessing, or is it walk left too? Walk left, okay. So left and right. So far, I'm understanding things, which is good. So we'll have follow left on these outer edges, so follow left here, and also follow left here, add animation, follow left. And then over here, we're going to have follow right, so follow right. And then we're also going to have follow right here. Add animation, follow right. There we go. You're not missing much behind me. I just filled out the dive, and that's what's going on over here. So we'll go ahead and save this guy. Alrighty then. With that said, let's just double check. I believe the blend should be discrete, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see here. Yes, discrete. Okay, next up, what these guys do is they're checking for Boolean values. If I click on switch, advance, you should be able to see it says mode and condition and wandering. If I click on this guy, it should say and idle. Condition, advance, and idle. So the idea is that if we are wandering and the condition idle equals true, then we need to go to idle. That's what the arrows stand for. So if we have idle as true, then we go to idle. If we have wandering as true, we go to wandering. And this is where, if you noticed, that triangle comes into play that I was drawing earlier. This guy, I was trying to figure out the interaction between these guys. We know for certain those two are back and forth, right? And if I go ahead and click on this here, and I click on you here, hopefully, if I drew this correctly, it'll work and we won't have to fix it. That guy guy just equals this guy. You can see the back and forth arrows between each other, and you should be able to come out of idle and into follow, but you shouldn't just go to idle, I think. I think you should go to wandering. So we're going to need a connection between wandering back and forth, and we're going to need one from idle to follow. That's what's going on there. Let's bring it back into this guy, and wandering should connect back and forth. I should be able to just, hopefully, let's see, fingers crossed, just add a guy here. So go up here and add a guy that goes down here. Oh no, hold on. And it will work perfectly, surely. Fingers crossed, we'll see. Let's see, you here. We'll do that there, and then we need to add another one here. We'll do another one there, and then our following only needs to happen on idle. So we'll go ahead and have you go here, and yeah, we're changing it to wandering. It should be fine. So on idle, what we now need to add is that condition. Where's that condition at? If we go up to our ghost, we should be able to see the bool we set it as. We set it to following. So I'll just put on here, F-O-L, oh, hold on. I can't see it. F-O-L-L-O-W-I-N-G, following. So we go from idle to following if following is true. Wandering's the same thing, so we'll just set it to following. And if we're on following and we want to go to wander, then we have to set wander to true. So I'll go ahead and click on this and do wandering, W-A-N-D-E-R-I-N-G. Wandering should equal true. Okay. Now, here's my guess what's going to happen, because I think we did everything I think needs to be done. A, it's going to work okay. B, it's going to work perfectly. Or C, it's going to crash. What are your predictions? And you know what? I haven't done this before, but I think it could be fun. Let me grab. I know there's a way to do it. What is it? /predict, P-R-E-D-I? Yes, I can. All right. Let's see. Prediction. Enter. Alrighty then. We'll set it to 30 seconds here. What will the prediction be? Actually, we'll do it for the 3 minutes since an ad break is about to come up. So we'll set it for 2 minutes here and crash, and then we'll go ahead and say will work. There we are. What will happen on play. There you go. And we'll start that, and we'll do the, yep, confirm the stuff, don't shrivel again, yep, we're good. All right, that should work there. And then we'll have the ad break happen. And what will happen on play? Oh, I did read that, good. All right, then, well, cast your predictions. I'm sure everything will go out well. Let's see here. Lovely, okay, with water all good to go. Let me click this guy too. I've never done this before, so we'll see how well this works. I'm saying 50 on crash. Do you have no faith? While we're waiting on the ad break, so I'm gonna go to the left a little bit, and then I'm going to go to the right a little bit, and then we're gonna go back a little bit. Not too hard though. We don't want anything cracking. And then we're gonna go to the front a little bit. Okay, that's back stretches done. Let's go ahead and do some neck stretches. So if we go to the left a little bit, and then we go to the right a little bit, and then if we go down a little bit, and then we go back a little bit, those are those. Now let's see, if we go ahead and turn and go down, that's one hold there you can do. You can also just do the turn. And then you can also go to the left. Same thing, you can hold this guy here, or also hold it down here. Usually they gauge, say, about 1 minute, but since we really don't have 1 minute, we do it this way instead. Alrighty then, I'm all hydrated, I'm all stretched out and good to go. Oh boy, I am quite curious to see how this will go. Is there a feature like this on YouTube? Let me check and see. I have a Q&A, a poll. No, unfortunate, but that's okay. Maybe we can make a bot that does it that way, but I don't know what you would bet, right? Because prediction is betting. In a way! I don't know what people on YouTube would have to bet away. Put their money on the table, put their money where their mouth is. But we'll see. I'm now very curious to see what happens. That said though, let's see. Water, good, that good. Oh, I haven't had a little bit of juice yet. Let me have some juice then. Let's see here. Quite tasty. I forgot I had juice. The thing is, well, let me rephrase it. Usually, I like to drink coffee when I'm programming. However, recently, I say recently, this has probably been going on for the last few months, I've been having a cup of coffee every morning for breakfast. So it's a little bit hard to have a cup of coffee and then immediately turn around and have another cup of coffee. But it's also hard to just hold off the cup of coffee until I start streaming. So it's either have 2 cups of coffee or 1 cup of coffee or no coffee and delay the coffee, and I don't like delaying it. The coffee is pretty fun to have in the beginning. And have some decaf. Ugh. Decaf, isn't it different? That doesn't sound right. That doesn't sound like genuine coffee. They messed with the beans. What do they do? What? Is it really any different? I don't know. I just see decaf and I think something's wrong. And thank you for the follow. Is it Curie Savi? Thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Welcome in. And morning coffee, that's cute stuff. I do like experimenting with my coffee. Yeah, it's my morning coffee. I don't need it, again, because caffeine doesn't work on me, but I like to have it for the vibes. And also, so that the vote is over, the prediction's over, how do I do the prediction guy? Let's see if I do, let's figure this out. Stream chat, stream survey. Do you know at all how to do the predictions roster, Eska, since the 2 of you are here? And I have to drink decaf because issues of my body? That's understandable too, yeah. That is certainly understandable. Some people can't handle caffeine or like being lactose intolerant but still drinking milk. Those pains, I truly do understand. Moderation, is that it? Where do we check to do polling stuff? That's what I want to know. Where do predictions go? Let's see here. If I click on stream viewer rewards, power up channel points, is that how you do it? Rewards, let's see. If I click on that guy there, points there. Do we have a thing? And as for predictions, yeah, I just want to make sure. So the people who did it, I don't want to feel like it's being scammed. But if you're looking on that, Frost, while you're looking, because I'm thinking it's going to be that, what is it, chart you saw before, where you could accept or unapprove the redeems. But let's see, without further ado, while Frost is looking into that, let me click on play here. Alrighty, and survey says, do we get a crash? Okay, no crash. I count it as a crash if when we spawn in the ghost. Well, we're still going here. Crash has not happened yet. Let's see. Now, if it doesn't work, that's different. But if it crashes, so levels here, we have this guy here. We didn't even get to the game. Well then, when we figure out the predictions, those who voted against me will have their payment. Oh boy, no. If you believed in me, lazy excited, thank you. I thank you to the believers. I assure you this was a user error. Why is it angry? Let's see here. Improv. Oh, I see. Did we ever use you? Hold on. That dot connect. I see. We don't use you. Okay, hold on. Was that the issue? Is that why it was angry? Let's see. Levels here. You there? You there? Okay. I'll never believe again. Hold on now. It was a thing I forgot to delete. It wasn't even anything else. It was just, oh, I forgot to delete. Now, granted, we said if it was a crash, if there was a crash. However, right, I was looking to see if there was a crash when we spawned in the ghost or when the ghost updated. That's what I really wanted to say when I said crash. However, it said crash or no crash. And yep, Frost, did you find it? And let me go ahead and click on spawn here. Okay, now see, that's a crash. This, doesn't work the way I thought then. I thought the prediction was a thing where people would place their bets on the board and then after the prediction time was up, then you would say what happens. That's not what happens. It's something entirely different. I say I'm new to Twitch. I've been here for a year, but I'm still very much new, it seems. But interesting. I would have not guessed. So let's see here. Move based on character body 2D. Ghost.move. I don't get what you mean. Ghost should have a function called move. Oh, hold on. Ghost dot. Let's see. And yeah, it's like that. Once the time is up, you can manually select what outcome came to be. Yeah, I'm trying to find where we select manually. Now that the outcome has happened, once the timer is now up, where do we select what ended up happening? Because that's a prediction. You don't know what's going to happen until it happens. Let's see. Ghost.move. We're looking for our ghost state machine. So I should be able to go to our ghost. And if I go up here, do you have a state machine? You do. State manager. And it should be, I think, ghost.state manager is what we're looking for. So if I go back into this guy here, and go to Twitch chat and do /prediction, and then click on the final outcome. It could do it, but want you to experience. Sure. Yep. I think that's a lot of fun, doing the predictions that way, especially when it comes to programming. Oh, I see. Lovely. Yeah. 63% of you said it would crash. Well, there you go. All right, That should work. Thank you for that, Frost. Wonderful. Alrighty then. And we love it when things crash, sorry. But wonderful, you got it. Thank you. It should be ghost dot this guy dot move. Okay, now let's try that. Bye points. I do want to do more of those. That was fun. Disappointing because if I was betting, I would have lost. But it was fun. So let's see. Spawn in ghost again. Ghost has been spawned. No crash has occurred. Good. Now, let's go ahead and walk into it. Here's the moment of truth. I don't know if I wanna. Oh, okay. So, where's it going? Ghost! This is what I expected to happen. I didn't expect a crash. I expected something like this. Okay. Alright. Interesting. Noped right out. It walked past me. And not much, Rodrigo. Just the ghost ignoring me. Yup, ghost ignoring me entirely. And current entity.target. We'll need to add as well if current entity. Then we do that there too. So that if there's no current entity. There we go. Alrighty then. And hi Mix Bumble. Welcome into stream. Welcome in. Let's see here. Alrighty. So why? The question now is to question on pourquoi. What are you doing, Ghost? Well, let's see. Let's just do another check. I just want to see. And then we'll probably have to use breakpoints if I had to guess. But we spawn in the ghost. The ghost is spawned. The ghost is entered. And now we move into the ghost spot. It's set to wandering. We don't want that to happen. We want the ghost to look and say it's following. My guess is that it's saying wandering, and that wandering, that bottom guy, should be, if we go to ghost here, the bottom one should be our status. The status is getting set to wandering when that shouldn't be the case. The status should get set to following. That's the issue at the moment. So for some reason, when the player enters in, so when the player enters the ghost's radius, it's not getting set to following, it's getting set to wandering. And that's the question, how do we fix it? So if I go into our, let's see, we can go ahead and close path follower. We can also close customer. We don't need you, customer. Let's go into our ghost manager here, I believe. Or no, let's go into our ghost state machine here. Yeah, and then we're going to go into ghost. Okay. And hello, gorgeous. Hi, Toak. Welcome into stream. Welcome to crashing. My favorite activity. Let's see here. So, on vision body has exited unentered. Remove the ghost from player rotation and set player as target. And what is this fantastic stream I just found? It's called, just a little something I put together. Let's see here. We do .target emit, and thank you for the follow, Toak. It seems like the thing doesn't want to give you your follow, but it did appear up in chat, which I'm surprised about. But thank you. Welcome into stream. I'm certain for the first time. Never came across that name before in my life. Well, thank you. And welcome in again. So let's see. This .emit is set up to the .connect. That .connect is then this guy here, and we have that guy there. Set ghost to wander. Set ghost to follow. This is a minute. Where do we connect this guy at? And I click on it by mistake where earlier Freddy said I said he would be a mistake. Hold on now. I have someone put a green sword next to my name somehow. That is a well-deserved sword, Frost. I'll have you know. Let's see here. On our connect, this guy here, no, emit. Ooh, hold on. Start ghost to follow here. And oh, thank you for the subscription as well, Toak. That did show up. Let me make sure, and let me see if there was a word. There was a word. There were words attached to it. Just a little baby face. So thank you for that subscription. Oh boy, it's very selective, isn't it? So let's see here. Start ghost follow emit. This guy seems to be broken apparently. If we do Control-Shift-F, we can see that it has a connect. And if we click on that connect, nothing is here. So, where's our follow player at? Are we using this follow player function? We are, down here. Interesting. Okay, well in that case, what we have to have happen is, I'm wondering if we can just do it here. Can we just say, ghost dot, and can we just change state? Is that possible from here instead of doing a thing? Psh, that's sweet of you to say, it's the truth. And so my fall's not showing what my sub is? I call it manipulation. I did nothing. It is the Twitch's thing, and they did it. Don't blame me. Let's see here. On our update animation, we're going to do ghost.update animation. So we go back to our ghost manager here, and instead what we needed to say is ghost.update animation, and then we're going to change it to type.state type. Okay, let's see. State dot and is it state dot or is it state dot type? Let's see. Ghost here, we have idle, move to move. Oh, I see. Okay. In that case, this might be a thing of code not liking other things, in the sense of when we change the current status, the state type is different because it's different things. If we go up here, you can see this doesn't have to do with anything to do with ghost or anything else. And the issue we run into is that if we need a different state for each different part, it becomes a little bit tricky. But I did it this way, so hopefully we wouldn't run into something like this, but we ended up doing so. For now, we'll just say following, FOLLOWING. Well, no, it's moving. It is moving, so I'll set it to moving. That is true. You are moving. So when we do on our update animation, and we do, let's see here, we go to you here, where are we at? Ghost. We can close target here. Ghost manager, you there. Okay. Ghost.update, ghost manager, update animation. Yes, indeed. We have our ghost here. Update animation tree. All of those guys are good to go. Yeah, and on vision body entered, all of you. What we need to do is change our current status, and we need to change the current status to following. That's what we need to do. So what I'm wondering is we can just do here ghost.current status equal to, let's see, ghost.current status. Well, first we do ghost.change state. So let's see, ghost.set state, was it? Let's see, double checking here. Ghost.update animation, and we current state. No, never mind. All right, getting a little bit confused, which is never any good. But what we're doing is doing ghost.current state, current status equals, and then we'll do ghost.status.following. So we set that there, and ghost.status.following, and then it should be start ghost follow player. And how do we do that? Let's see. Start ghost follow player. If we do Control Shift F, this emits a signal. Where's the signal going to? Again, with that state machine there, what we need it to do is have it change the states. That's what we need to have happen. And what I'm wondering is, if current state equal new state, I don't quite like this. This is our ghost state machine. So what I'll say is that if we are, this is here so that we don't do duplication. However, if we're doing it because we're moving from following to wandering or wandering to following, they're both move states. So I'll say instead of if current state equal new state, what we'll do is we'll say instead, let's see here. If ghost.state, something along the lines of that. So instead of current state equal to new state, and we have new state here, yes indeed, we'll say instead, if ghost dot, how can we do this? Ghost.current state. We need to find the current state and the new one. That's what I'm looking for at the very least. So if ghost state, change state. Yeah, okay, how can we do this? Change states. Where do we use this at? Control Shift F, idle ghost, move ghost. We have here, move ghost, set ghost to wandering. Where do we use move ghost at? Where are you used? Ghost to move, we move ghost, all of you guys go here. So I'm wondering then if we just do, let's see, move ghost, change state to moving. I think that's the issue here. Change state type moving. Yeah, and then we do current status wandering. Enter new state, status state enter. I see. Okay, this guy needs to be changed just a little bit. And let's see, what do I want? What do you want to do? I'll gift you some of my divine expertise. How my game is currently set up is it's a little fragmented. I'm realizing some of the errors of my ways, just a little bit. If we go into concepts, I can explain it a little bit better. In brain hurt, yeah, that's not a good thing. The issue is the words sound the same. We have two things in my games. We have a state, so S-T-A-T-E. We have a state, and we also have a status, S-T-A-T-U-S. And the issue is because they sound so similar, it's a little bit hard. The state is related to the state machine. So if I go back down here to our, let's see, ghost, you can't see it, and that's okay. If we go to our ghost, our state manager here consists of this here, move state and idle state. That's what a state is. However, status is different. So if I go here, move you here, for our ghost is status. Oh, those words, I fear them. Do you see why it's a little bit tricky? The words are so similar, but I don't know what other words I might use instead. That's the issue. And let's see here. If I do, let's see, you here. All right, like this. That's why they're a little bit tricky. And the thing is, you can be in a different status than you are a different state. The reason that I have two of these and they're not under here is because maybe I want them to play different animations while they're moving. When they're moving, their sprites wandering over the place, but when they're idle, they're standing still. And I use this because, and I can show you as well, if we go into, and hopefully, you know, maybe it doesn't break. I use this because it makes it easier for the customers. If I go to our customers here, CUSTLMER, customers, make sure I have the debug enabled. So customer scene here, UI enabled, should be good to go. We go back into here. What you should be able to see, and also let me debug, turn off our collision paths. We won't need them right this second. But if I click on play here, I can show you why I decided to go with state versus status. If we go into levels here, we go ahead and spawn in a customer, you'll see the customer is in idle state, but their status is in queue. However, if we have them move, so if I take their order, they are now in the move state and they are walking. And when they sit down, they go back to idle. They just stand still, but their status has changed the browsing menu. And walk, not walking, brain, not braining. Hopefully this could make more sense. The customer has two states, idle and moving. And you can see the status has changed. Awaiting waiter, awaiting dish. And once the dish has been taken, hold on. Why can you order memory? You know what? I think I know why, and that's okay. That makes sense. When I think about it, it makes sense. And now that it's a waiting dish, they're still changing, but idle stays the same because they're not moving. That's what the move state's for, to make them move to a spot. The moving is where they're going, and then something else. And I should dip now. No worries at all, no worries at all. Thanks for stopping by and chatting for a little bit. Once they're done consuming the dish, then they go to idle again with the state and status, and then they move. And now they're moved, they're exiting satisfied. That is their status. That's where the idea comes into play on why they're separated, because you can have multiple things going on. And I do this because then, if I want different animations to play at different times, there's no need to cross do them. It's just a thing of play this animation during this time, or play this animation during this time instead. So I could have them playing a different animation when they're walking, when they're moving, or it could just be idle, play different things. That's why. And adios, purple person. I love you, know I'm not purple nipple. But thank you, and I hope you have a lovely time. Lazily excited. Thank you. Okay, so hopefully with that explained a little bit more on what we're trying to accomplish. What we're seeing at the moment is a little bit of a tricky situation. With what we just saw, when I spawn in our ghost, so when the ghost is spawned, its current state is, oh, you know what? We're missing the status, aren't we? Hold on. Progress. Nope, we don't need progress. We're going to need state and status, just like the customer. So you know what? We'll just we'll kind of just grab you here and go over to our ghost here. I'm just going to delete you, and I'm just going to delete you. I'm just going to paste this in here because you work for the customer. You can work for the ghost. You're fine. We'll move this down a little bit here. You don't need a patience timer. That's not required. We just have the state name and the status name. That's good to go. And we have test here and test there. Yes. Let's make sure that these guys are unique names. Yes. And if we go into our ghost here, we can modify a little bit. So we have our status tag. We're going to remove you for the moment. And then I can select these two guys, drag them over. So I think I hold down control as they're both selected. And I can just drag and drop them into there. And anytime we update, we just need to change our state name and our status name. Hopefully that can make it a little bit clearer. So on our, let's see here, update animation tree. We don't need that. We just need to look at our process. So I'll just do it here instead. So our status tag, status_label, status label dot text, and then we're also going to need to have it have, if I do Control D, which duplicates the line, so we have status label, and we're also going to need a status name. So status name, there we go, dot text, good. And then after that, we do status text of you. So we're looking for our, status label text. So we just grab that into that. And then for our state name, what we do, and that's status, there you are. For that guy, and we'll also do you here, and status label How do we do that? We should just be able to do current status. So let's see, current status, there you are. And okay, my suggestion is that you need one state machine, which is the state of the character. Then each state may define one or more animations that are triggering by different conditions, but they don't need to be a separate state, or maybe a state machine inside a machine state machine. Anyway, I would name one character state and the other animation state. Status is another thing. It's a collection of values that represent the character. For example, 10% water, 55% food. Huh? You've lost me. I think I understand a little bit of what you're saying, Toak. But then you started talking about water and food. Do you mean, or no, I thought I got it. The thing is, it's like, it goes, or at least when it comes to the customer, it's a progression. So I do it this way because it's a lot of Boolean checking. It's a thing of, if you're this, go to this. If you're this, go to this. This is just an example of a collection of values. I see. I'm collecting my values through bools. And depending on the bool is what animation I play, and then the state is something different. But I think I kind of understand what you're saying, just a smidge. Let's see, we need our state, let's see, state, where are we at? State, yes, indeed. So state manager dot current state. Now, how do we get you? We need to go to, let's see, state dot, and then we have state dot, and let's see, state to current state dot type, and then we'll just grab the player's current state. And that should be good to go. So grab your, not player, customer's current state. And let's move you back to here-ish, then move you back down a bit. We'll scroll down. And the example you showed, both states changed at the same time. This is why I don't see a need for two states, or state / status in your case at all. Both states changed at the same time. Sometimes they change at the same time, sometimes not is the thing. That's where I'm a little bit confused on. They change independently of each other. So the move state has a lot of different statuses, but the idle state can have a lot of different statuses too. So they're kind of a thing of, do you want me to move to something? That's what that says. Do you want me to go from one spot to another? If so, what animation do you want me to play? Do you want me to stand in one spot and not do anything? If so, what animation do you want me to play? That's the way I'm using this manager at the moment. It's just a thing of move to the spot or stay still. And the animations work separately off of that. But I am curious on your idea too. As state managers, state machines are something I'm still getting used to, so it's nice to hear other ideas and other suggestions. So let's see here. Let's go up to you here. We're on customer. We don't need customer. No, thank you. Customer, we're looking at our ghost. Ghost here. All right. So our state dot, our type, and then we do that, dot find key. And what are we doing here? We are doing dot find key or status dot idle follow waiting. Yep. Current status. We just need to check our state machine. So state machine or state manager dot, and then we do current state, CURR, current state. Okay, this should give us a little bit more clarity. And in my opinion, it is bad to be doing code while figuring this out. I would go to a whiteboard first until I have the solution clear. I do. That's what I did before. However, if it's up to date now, but I do agree, Toak. The thing is, I already have of what I want to do. Whether it's the best way, I'm not sure, but this is the way I've been doing it. The idea of having a board where you write out your ideas, this was a concept I came up with a few months ago. I don't know if it holds up to my own standards now that I've done a little bit of other things. And so this is your solution, clear version. Yes, this is the final version of all my thoughts. I did tinker around with it for a little bit, especially when I did update the code for the state machine. This was the simplest quote-unquote way I thought. But I did write it out. I did do those things, but from my limited knowledge, that is what I came up with. Let's see here. If we go to you there, spawn in a ghost, we should be able to now see its state and status. Yes, we can. And let's also add on there what it is and also have you guys centered. So I can do center here, center here. We can also do you here, center here, center here. There we are. Let's go ahead and save this. And I also want to do you, and we're going to say status, and then we're going to do you, and then do, hold on, you, that, and that. That way we can have the label names as well. So that's status, and then we have the state. I can just do that and do state, S-T-A-T-E, like that. Okay, now let's see what we're working with. If I click on play here, we should now be able to have our debug menu say, or not debug menu, but just debug mode, tell us what's going on. So if I go to ghost here, you can see state, move, status, following, but we aren't following the player. That's the issue. That's the next thing to do. Is the good news is it's working. The state is moved. That is correct. Status is following. That is correct. The only issue now is just it's not following the player. something to do with the player's follow, the player being assigned. That's the next thing. And will I maybe available to chat later in Discord if you wish? Maybe not getting the problem right, which is usually the case on this fast interactions. No worries at all, Toak. And sure. I have a few things I want to do first before I start refining, but I just want to get something working first and then kind of figuring it out a little bit later. And 100% the whiteboarding, but an issue with game dev is sometimes your solution is limited by the code components or logic components that you know. Yeah, that's the thing with just your limited knowledge, and doing a lot of Googling can help with that and make it easier. The good news is this is correct. The only issue is that the ghost isn't following the player. That's the only thing at the moment. But state, move, status following, that's what we want. That is correct. But the ghost is trying to go submerged and go. So if we go to the remote, so the current version of the game, well, it is active. In any case, status appears to be tied to animation of the character. So call it animation or animation status then. It depends. The thing is, some animations are different things, so I don't know if that's a good idea. For example, with the customer at least, some animations play differently, but I don't know if I would want to tie it into animation because it might be something different in another case. Each animation plays differently, but if I want variations or something of the sort, and if the ghost isn't following the player, my question is can that collider around the ghost detect the player? It does detect the player. That's why it changed. The ghost started moving to follow. I want to know what the ghost is targeting. So I'm going to go into managers here, ghost, go into our ghosts, and on our ghost, who are we targeting? If we go to our state manager, our target is this object guy here. And what is our object? Current entity equals null. So currently the ghost is not picking up that the player is the thing they're supposed to be following. What we'll do is we'll have our ghost managers. We'll go back to here. This is where we have the current state. So ghost.target equals player.locator. And then we also have one here, dark ghost follow. Did we end up cleaning up this code or did we change it? Yeah, okay. So that's not a thing anymore. We'll go back to our ghost manager. This guy doesn't exist, it's old code, but this should work. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a print or utility.print, make it a little bit easier on us to see. Utility.print, and we're going to do print, let's see here. Print dot, how can we do exactly? Utility.print debug message, and I'm going to say ghost is target, and then we can do plus ghost target, and then we'll do plus, and then we'll just say ghost.target.name. There we are. We should be able to get the name of the target there. And that'll give us a bit more insight into what it's trying to look at. The thing is, I saw it said null, which is okay. That's a-okay and fine and dandy. We go ahead and spawn you here. Spawn in our ghost. Your ghost status right now is idle. When we enter in the range, it works, and ghost target is locator. So that is working there. Oh, you know, maybe it's the case of, global position versus other position. Maybe it's not looking at the global position of where it's supposed to be going. Possibly. That's my guess on the origin, because when you're on the player here, it's in the center, but the cafe itself is off center. So why is the ghost going to this corner? Maybe because the player's regular origin is here? Maybe that's the problem. That's my guess at the moment, at the very least. If we go to our move state, are we using global position, or what position are we using? Let's see. We are using at the moment, let's see here. And smart idea, thank you, TV. As attempts are getting made, I can certainly say. We are using target position, and we're using global position. I see. Entity.navigationAgent.target position. I believe that's true. The navigation agent target position is a thing. I think it's a variable target position. Let's see here. Entity.navigationAgent target position. If I click on you, yeah, this is a thing. It is that there. Okay, so that's true. And I can't have to do my workout? No worries at all, Toak. And catch you later from the hospital. Are you still walking? Or was it running or jogging? I couldn't remember, but I hope your workout is a lot of fun and it is very enjoyable. Oh boy, let's see here. I want to check out then the position we're getting as well. Let's see if that can also tell us. So utility.print debug. I also want to do, let's see, chords, C-O-O-R-D-S, chords, and then I want to do plus, and then I want to do string, and then we're going to make the string the ghost.target.global position. Let's say that or rather, let's see, chords global, and then we'll also say plus, let's see here. Actually, we'll do this instead. We'll wrap you in a nice little bun here, like that, and then we'll do plus you, and then we'll do, let's see, you here, and then that there, and we'll do you, and then we'll say chords, and then we'll say chords global, chords position, and then we'll do left you, and then do you, do another plus. We'll go ahead and grab that other guy, so slide it over just a smidge, and we'll do, let's see, you here, so you're going to plus, global position, and then you get the end guy there. So our chord position, that gets a plus, we add that guy in there. That guy should be, let's see, that guy, I believe. So we have chords global, that surrounds this guy, and then we do a plus and a space for that guy there, and then we have plus, we take the position, so just the regular position, that's string plus there, and then this guy needs to have you here and you there. There we go. Okay, we should be good to go now. And if that is the case, let's click on play, see the information we get now. I'm going to guess these two are different, but I'm just wondering, where are you getting this information from, Ghost? Let's see, we'll have the Ghost here, and the Ghost's target locator chords, they're the same exact chords. Interesting. Player has entered vision. Ghost's target locator chords, yeah. But we know for certain, I definitely do think that 09, if we go to the player here and we go to their locator, where's the position? Yeah, 09. So for some reason, it's seeing the global or the regular position or something's off. And thank you to the real job application, the horror. Thank you for the follow. Welcome into stream. Welcome to bug fixing and wondering why our Ghost thinks it's a good idea to move into the wall instead of the world itself. Interesting. Okay, yeah. So for some reason, it's following the set origin instead, when that shouldn't be the case. That shouldn't be happening. And I'm wondering, I'm questioning things. If we go ahead and do as well, utility dot, and we're going to do the same thing a little bit, where we're going to grab the ghosts, but we're not going to do that. Instead, we're going to do this here, and instead of the target location, we're going to go with the player dot location. So we're going to do our player dot, let's see here, player locator, and then we'll grab you, and then we'll grab you here, player locator, and then we'll also grab you, player locator. Are these also the same exact, what's the word I'm looking for? Coordinates. We'll do that there, chords global, chords position. Do these guys line up? Let's see. And the survey says if we do spawn ghost here, spawn in the ghost, ghost has the same exact chords. And my guess is maybe that it just doesn't move on top of the player. Oh, I see. Oh, no, never mind. I don't see. I thought if maybe we did it underneath the player, but it is in the player. So that shouldn't matter. This should walk around with the player. It should grab the player's position, but it's not grabbing that position. My question is, maybe if we make it a child, does that work instead? Can we just make it a child of something? Would that assign it somewhere else? Or are we still going to get that 0.9? I wonder. If we click back this, spawn in the ghost again. Yeah, it's grabbing the original position, and that's it. And it just goes to that area for some reason. So my guess is then, is there a way, how? Why? Yeah, I guess how, why is good. Yeah, if we click on you here and we click on you here, right now we're grabbing the player and we're grabbing the player dot locator and we're grabbing the chords of it as well. But the issue is we're getting the same exact, and we're getting the same exact information. So it's not to do technically with the ghost coordination. It's to do with just the target we're targeting. The player locator itself is a little confused. If we go back to our player here and go into our locator, yes indeedy, your locator should move around. We should see it move its position, but we're just getting that 0.9 like everywhere else. So, why is the question? And I'm not quite sure yet. Our ghost.target equals player locator. Player.locator. Our player.locator should have an updated location. My question, I guess, then is, if we copy you and paste you here, are we still getting that 0.9? Or what exactly? Does it ever update? Do we ever get the global location? I'm not too sure. Let's see, if I click here, spawn in our ghost. What do we have? Same exact numbers. Okay, so it's something to do itself with the player locator here. So how can we modify this? Why is it the case that it's only taking in those two? Because it's not global position, and it's also not the other position either. It's just something else it doesn't like about something for whatever odd reason. Excuse me, let's see here. So we have unassigned, we have the player locator, and we're assigning it. Player here, we get the player. Do I have the player as a global? Maybe that could be it, possibly, but no, I don't think so. It's fine to move around the player. I definitely think, do we have the player up here? I don't think so. Let's see here. No, we do have the player. Where do we set the player at? Fine. Player is set. Let's see. A lot of the player is here. I'm just curious to check. If we don't send the player in here and we use utility, does that change anything at all? I wonder if I click on play now. Does that do anything at all? I don't think it will, but I'm just curious to see. We spawn in our ghost and do that way. And our ghost is in status idle. We enter in. 9 is still the thing. So something is off. Okay. Okay. We'll remove that there. So it's definitely not the global player. That's not the case here. State manager, move. We have unassigned targets. Where are we using this function at? I guess that's the next question. We need to go above the list. What we'll do is when the player spawns, let's also have it print out what's happening. So on our ready, we'll go ahead and do print. So we'll do just a print here, and we'll go ahead and print the location. So locator dot global position. I'm curious about that one as well. What are we seeing here? If I click on play, we click on you here, we click on levels here, we have 0.9. Interesting. If we do position as well, position, we click on you there. Why is it doing that, I wonder? If we can figure out why it's deciding to not take that number, yeah, okay. Coordinates aren't changing in scene. I guess that would be the question to ask Google. So let's see. Godot 4 can't get location for node. Okay, and when we get that, get node name, go node name, best way, get position. Is that what it's called? Or is it called a position? Yes, position. Can't get node position. There we are. Can't get node position in game. So I'll click on that there. So Godot 4 can't get node position, location. How about that? Can't get node position location. Position that I'm setting in code is being printed out. If the node is a child of container, the container dictates solution, move the parent container node, use position or global position. Global position refers to the node's position relative to the parent. Global position, solution use global position, which sets the node's global position, lose position. Yeah, when positioning a node relative to its directive parent. The issue is, it's not quite doing that. Okay, can I get a node's position via its unique name? Yeah. Okay, test 2. Our player's position, when it's in the scene here, is set at 0, 0. So, if I print our position, what happens? Do we still get 0, 0 if it is the parent of the tree? Or is it only the children that it checks for? Let's see. You here. And we go ahead and do spawn, or not spawn. We're just checking the location. No. Okay. So for some reason, the locator is okay if it's not there. What if we set it to the child of, this is the child of the parent at the moment. What if we set it to the child of the sprite? Does that work out fine? Its position is that guy there. If we click on play here, does that change anything? Oh, hold on. I completely forgot to remove it. Let's see, undo here, locator, dot position. Does that at all change it, or are we still going to get that 0.9 number? Let's see here, you here, and we get 0.9 again. Okay, and just double checking again, your global position. You need to be checked as well. Global position. Let's see here. And does it show location relative to parent and ghost moves at global one? That's the thing. I know that there's global and then there's position. And it's not showing, I think it's showing the location maybe relative to parent. Yeah, possibly, because right now, whenever I ask for the position, it gives this number. And the ghost is going to this number, which is the location of the locator, which is relative to the parent. Yeah, and we want it to not be relative to the parent. We want it to just exist in the world. That's what the issue I'm currently running into is. And spawn ghost, let's see. We don't even need to spawn the ghost, we just scroll up here. Yeah, it's still doing that. My question is, how to change it quite? The thing is, I have already something that gets tracked. We have here, for example, our tray, but no, it teleports to this position. So I suppose that's not the same thing. But our tray has, I think it's a target, or are you not a target? Nope. our tray has to have the position of something. That's how we put our objects on our tray when we carry them around. And for some reason, our tray works, but the locator doesn't work. So is there a difference between the two? Because I already have to know the location of the tray, but for some reason, when I try to get the position of the locator, it doesn't like that idea. So if we pick up an object, interact with item, let's see, interact with item interactables. Nope, we need interact with items. How does it work? What we do is we get the closest interactable, we make sure it's a dish, if served, we do additional spell casting, and then we have the player pick the item up. So we do a function called collect item, and on collecting the item, we grab the tray, which is this guy here. We grab vector 04, I believe, if we wanted to hover a bit, and we do false here. And on item to collect, we do dot collect, and on dot collect, we get the follower, global position. So for some reason, when we're here, the global position is able to be used, but when we're in the function or in another part of the code, we can't use that position. Because this guy works. This guy knows what position to use. When we spawn an item on the tray, it doesn't go all the way down here. It goes to the player, which makes sense. But when we try to have the ghost target something, so it makes me wonder if, well, tray isn't a target. So it's not like I could do it that way, but the tray position, I'd be curious to see if it could follow the tray position, but let me get some water. Let's see here. Okay, water done. Let me also get a little bit juice too. Water also collected, or juice also collected, so hydrated now. Lovely. So let's see here. Player collect. Yeah, these things work, but for some reason, it's not, it's working, but it's not working, which is my question. And what type is locator, as its location and global location are the same? Locator is a target, and a target, I believe, has a node 2D. Yes, it is a node 2D, the locator itself. And we can get the coordinates of everything here. So this is a target, this is a target. All of these work, all of them do. But for some reason, when we attach the target to the player, it doesn't see it as the location of the player. It sees it as the location down here. Okay, so, I'm just gonna, okay. What are you then? Because we have a player here, and for some reason, okay, locator on you, delete you, hold on. Okay, you exist, and then we add the locator, hold on, target, hold on. I put you back into here, go into here, no, save it, okay. Okay, wow. For some reason, I don't know why, but it's working now. The locator was here in the scene, despite the fact it wasn't for here. But now we see the purple circle here, yes. And if we go up here, we should see that it's there again. How? I say how? That guy should be next to the player. Why are you here? Why isn't it connected to the player if I just drag and drop it onto there? What if I drag and drop you onto the scene itself? Does that work? If I go ahead and click on, we're getting somewhere. And no, maybe it's not a child. It isn't a child of the character. If it's in the scene, right, it counts as part of the tree, right? That's how it works. If I go here, it's still not there. We need it to link to, and if I do it under here as the child of even just the tray, it still doesn't want to, yeah. Why is that? I don't get that part. Our player, the player itself, something's off. I don't know why it won't connect to here. It connects to the bottom here. What if we reset the target's position, possibly? Move you there, save you there, go to the cafe. Nope, the position is here. So I'm a little confused why that works the way it does. Why is it the case that despite it being a child of here, when the player is in the world, it counts for that center? It seems like it doesn't want to move. If I undo that, I don't know why you're checked. Does that do anything at all? Save you here, go to here. No, okay, we're still at that center point there. Yeah, huh. We go up here, you're going to go up there. So for some reason, in the scene itself, it's not connecting the way it should. And my question to that is why? Why is it that the target does not connect or does not appear on top of our player? Everything else does. The green circle does. The green circle, our blue bar, they all do. They all appear near the player. But this guy, for some reason, doesn't like moving with the player. And is tray locator... No. The tray is a node 2D. Oh, they are, to an extent, yes. This tray is a node 2D. The target is also a node 2D. It's just a node 2D with a few extra steps. And maybe there's a setting to be anchored to the parent. Maybe, possibly. I don't know. I've never run into this before. This is new. This is a node 2D. This is also at its very core. There is a setting. What would the setting be? Current entity? No, that's different. Current entity is something else entirely. That's what's behind the scenes tracking. That shouldn't be a factor. This is the target at the end of the day is a node 2D. This is the extra stuff it has on it. But it stems from a node 2D. So you're just about the same thing, at least when it comes to position and everything. So my question is, why? Yeah, just why? I'm quite curious. And my next thing then is to answer with, if that is the case, if that is to be said, is there a way, or how would you fix it? Let me see. Location or node, Godot 4, node location or node position is not tied to parent tree, or no, tree parent. There we are. How do we change it? Node won't follow its parent. If the position is local to the parent, meaning the child's position is offset, and the child's movement is inherently tied to the position, it's not globally fixed to the world. Understanding node position, local position, stops the child from following its parents. Sets the top... Okay, hold on. Let's see. If you're experiencing a situation where child node seems untied, parent, common reasons equal, using global position when position, top level property isn't enabled. Check if the child node has the top level property set to true. Do you have the top level property set to true? Let's see. Top level property. Visibility, top level is set to true. Okay. What else do we need to add? Let's see. Incorrect node type must be 2D. That is true as well. Okay. So if we just toggle that guy off and save it now, does it work? Why? When would I have a reason to toggle that top property? Do you have a top property? Huh? You want to talk about it? You're not enabled. The player, do you have a top property? You know, sometimes questioning doesn't need to be done. What is important is that it is working. I'll take it. Oh boy. All right, let's set that to locator where we had it at. And let's just slide that guy back to where it was, make him a little bit smaller now that we have a better understanding of what's going on. So are you also your top level? Why would you get enabled? If true, this will not inherit. Oh, okay, hold on. If I just grab all of my targets, then that should fix it. I don't know why it would have top level enabled. And it's the break everything toggle come enabled by default? Is it really? I've never seen this before. I don't know why I would need it. And welcome in, by the way. Ban no fee? Possibly? Welcome in. I can certainly try your name again. Oh boy, I have never said that thing in my life. I don't know what it is. Nope. Show me in the lineup, I wouldn't know. Well then, now that is something that I could have never seen coming. Oh boy, now that we have that set, and now if we just, hold on. Now if we just attach it, the player, locator, attach it to that there. Make sure, Ghost, are you good with your locator? Let's just double check here. Ghost locator should be good to go. Okay, so now that the location should be properly set, now that the top level toggle isn't there. Oh, that's why we have it. I see. Okay. You know. The table. It's broken. That's okay. Let's go back to here. All of you guys need to come down a little bit. Let's just, don't worry. Let's see. Are you here? Yeah, you're there. It's okay. Let's just bring you down a little bit. You can come on down to Funky Town. There you are. You're good to go. You're fine. You're exactly where you need to be. Okay, anyone else angry? Are we good? Okay, let's try this again. Take 1,552. It's nice though. I'm glad the solution slowly. It was about trying to ask the right questions and wording it correctly, as I was very much stumped, but working through it and asking the whys definitely did help. So thank you to TB as well for asking questions back, as 2 minds are better than 1. Alrighty then, Ghost, spawn, be summoned. Look at them, they're doing the thing. Oh, this is lovely. Alrighty then, our ghost now follows us. We come to the left, we go a little bit to the right. Question is, can we push the ghost? Yes, we can. We shouldn't be able to do this. This should not be a thing. This was here earlier. This should not be acceptable to do. The ghost should not be able to... They won't get off of me. They won't. Leave me be. Oh boy here. All right. Well, why is that the case here? Let's see. So for the target, at least, kidnapped by ghost, truly. Oh boy, let's see. How can we do that? I believe it's the case because some signal, I think this was something we did before, where if it happens to be the case that the target is in here, let's see. Yeah, on entity has reached target, emit.self current entity. And I'm thinking maybe we can just have a toggle for our target enabled by default as true. So if we do at export var, and we can do, let's see, detect reached target. We'll set it as a bool equal to true. That way we don't mess with anything else. And then if we just do copy here, and then we do if, and then we do that there, and now, hopefully, what I'm hoping is, now if we just go back to the player, go back to our locator, and do that there, disable it, and then click play, does that at all fix it? Because I think I know what the issue is, but I want to check to see if that just fixes it. So we spawn in a ghost again, and if the ghost happens to come in our space, nope. Okay, so that didn't fix it. That's good to know. Alrighty then. What we can go ahead and do is just undo all of that. They don't need you. The next question then is to ask, why are we still able to detect the ghost? I think it's the case of it being a collision object. If I had to guess, are you collision? You're a area 2D, and you have a collision shape. Is there a way to disable collision? That's what I want to know. Is there a way? We have disable here, but if we disable it, has no effect in the world. Yeah, I don't like the idea of that. And one-way collision is sets whether the collision shape should be only detect collision on one side. Yeah, disabled. If it's disabled, it does different things, and we don't want that. That's something I certainly don't want. So, how do we disable collision but still detect? Well, that's another question. Go back to the Google, and oh, I did read that. Lovely. So let's go into Google and ask how to disable collision, but keep detection, detection, Godot for, and what do we have? Can you use collision layers and masks to separate detection from interaction? Or use a collision exception to temporarily ignore specific objects. For Area 2D and rigid body nodes, you can also set them to monitoring and monitorable. I see. Okay, well, you are monitoring. I don't know if I want you to be monitorable. In your collision layers, you exist on the target layer, and then they exist here on customer, they exist here, well, they can see customer, they can see ghost, and they can see the path follower. So, monitorable means, if true, other monitoring areas can detect this area. I see. Okay, if that is the case, then I wonder, disable mode, what do? Defines the behavior when the process is processing. Nope. We should monitorable. That's what I'm wondering. What if we just disable that? Just curious, just to see. We save that there, we save that there, and we go ahead and just double checking very quickly. Spawn in a customer, because customers are going to be the real tell here. You're there, you should go to there. Let's see if you do stop. Hopefully, fingers crossed, what happens? Can a customer go to their seat still? Yes, they can. All right, spawn in a ghost then. Ghosty boy, come on down to Funky Town. And can we still move you? Yes, we can. So that's not the setting we need to fix. Right now, the ghost is snapping to this position, and we're able to push it around because it's not monitorable, because that wasn't the case, was it? This guy needs to have a bit of a different collision setup, I'm guessing. It needs to exist in the world for the ghost to look at, but how do we do that? Yeah, okay. Well, we know for certain we fixed this problem earlier, right? Where the player didn't need to know about the ghost, it just knew about the world, and it existed in the player area, and it was, if we go back to the ghost here, in our vision, the vision was able to detect the player. So my guess is that it just needs to detect the, let's see here, our navigation agent, our collision shape here, yeah, and you're detecting the player. So my question is, how can we do you? You are detecting player, and then, thank you for the subscription on YouTube. Hold on, let me go ahead and grab that name there. If I click on you here, the name is Raphael. Thank you, and welcome in. Welcome into why, but why, for why? So many reasons, because why? Let's see, if I go ahead and save this guy here, why do you do the things you do? Monitoring, disable mode. This is just checking for the player. If we can see the player, maybe what we do is go to the player here on our locator, transform, visibility, all of those guys. Yeah, it's checking for the player. The player is here. Why? It's now just a thing of collisions and checking for those guys. We exist on this layer and we are looking for that. For our targets, our target exists on this layer and we're looking for the other layers. So it's looking for the customer, it's looking for the ghost, and it's looking for the path follower. Interesting. And our area doesn't do anything, I believe. Yes, indeed you don't. And you also don't do anything. You just have visibility. Okay. So, collision. Checking for collision. How can we make sure collision doesn't do the collision thing where it needs to collide with one another? I'm not too sure. Collisions have always confused me a little bit. Learning that layer is where it lives and mask is what it sees has definitely helped a lot. And ads already, huh? Okay, well, let's see. Layer is where it lives, mask is what it sees. So in this example, it lives on layer 4 and it can see layer 3, 7, and 8, which are our path follower, our ghost, and our customers. I believe, yes, indeed. So this guy can't even see the player. The target really doesn't even need to see the player, doesn't really need to detect it. But our ghost guy, for some reason, when it comes into contact with the targets, which does make sense, but it has that collision, and I don't quite like that collision. That's the issue here. So is there a way, or do we just have to change the way things are in general? Our navigation agent exists on the layer. We don't need to touch those. And our collision shape here, we also don't need to touch you. Ghost just exists on ghost level. Yes, indeed, that does make sense. Ghost exists on ghost, but for some reason, when we lock onto the target that exists on the player, it does not want to let go. It locks in there and that's it. When we reach our destination, let's just check. On destination reach, so if we go to our move state here and we do physics update, if destination reached, we can see here, and mask as number, is there no way to make them with words? Yeah, they are words. If I slide over here, you can't see them, unfortunately, but if you hover over them, you can set them to names. You can't see rename. Yeah, there's a whole, UI that pops up. I can't show it because of the way OBS is labeled, but yes, that's how I know which is which. You can't, I don't think, make them into words. Yeah, unfortunately, but you can edit the name of the layers. But I don't know if there's a setting to make it so that the layers say the name itself. But when I hover over them, yeah, when I hover over it, it tells me whatever I set it to. The player and so on. And what is the intended behavior for the ghost when it reaches the player? The ghost should just stay in radius. It shouldn't connect to the player, is my thing. Maybe it has to do, maybe it has to do with this. I'm thinking that might be it, because it's equal, and now it's just stuck to the player. So I'm just curious to try and see if we do that. Is that why? We spawn in our ghost here, and we do here. When it reaches the player, it should just hover on the player. It shouldn't snap to the player. Like that. Yeah, it was that. I knew it! The issue was the player was dragging it along. Now I'm not moving it. I'm not pushing it. It's just following me now. That's what it should do. This is the expected behavior. The issue was that, if I go here, this guy was responsible for snapping us to where we needed to be. I did this to ensure that it was, I did this to ensure that if a customer needed to sit in a seat, it would sit in the seat correctly. So my question then is, how can we do it so that this doesn't happen? Do we just disable this altogether? Do we need it? If I click on play here, let's see if we do need it. When a customer spawns, for example, we go here and we spawn a customer, I want them to equal the seat, or I want them to be center with the green circle, you see? So in this example, they're in the center of the green circle. When I have the customer move, I want them to, again, just leave in the center of that circle. So I did that equal position because you can see they're a little bit offset. So that's why I did it. My question then, I guess, is if we already set the offset, we don't need to do it again. You only just need to slide them over a little bit, just once. That's the thing. So then I guess the answer to that answer is what we could possibly do is say if, and then we can do target, or yeah, if entity, this is a fix for now, but I think it'll work fine. If entity dot target, so this is the player we're following, yeah. If entity dot target, yeah, entity is our ghost, just double checking. Entity equals new entity dot target. Yep, and ads, oh yeah, ads, I completely forgot about them. Okay, yeah, we'll do them that way, pre-rolls, so if I do it manually, I believe that's how it works. So we'll click those guys, let them run. We are making progress though, which is really good. And it also seems like the ghost, we've done the work of changing the animations. So I think that's good to go. We just have to add it so that when you leave the radius, the ghost goes back to the other mode. So far, it seems to be working out decently, which I'm really happy to hear. So here's the thing, if you don't know how hard it is until it happens, the overall news is that we are figuring things out good enough that I think it's okay. We'll be a-okay. And speaking of, let me get some water as well. So let's see here. Water time. Alrighty, and that time also means that we're on the last hour, surprisingly. And the time always feels like it goes super duper fast. And do people follow the channel? Rethink your life. Can you elaborate a little bit on what you mean? And welcome in, by the way, Ren Quitza. Welcome into stream. Welcome in. Let's see, let me get some juice too. Alrighty, I'm hydrated. So let's do some stretches while we're waiting on the ads to pass, shall we? So we'll start off by going to the left a little bit. And then we'll go to the right a little bit. And then we'll go ahead and go to the back a little bit. And then we'll go to the front a little bit. And after that, we'll go to the left. Well, yeah. Let's turn to the right. How about that? I do know my directions, I tell you. We'll turn to the right. And then we'll turn to the left. And then we'll go ahead and go down. And then we'll go back. Another one you can do, let's see, we went this way. You can do right this way. And then you can also do left the other way. Another one you can do as well is just down and down. Left and down, that'll be it. And then you can also do left and down and right and down. There, yes, directions are known. Oh boy! So let's see. Once we finish the thing with the thing and the things are being done, what do we have to do next? Let me go ahead and remove this here. So let's see. Right now we are on Ideas Ghost Wander, so we're up here. We have the Ghost Wander and Follow player. That is what we're doing. We have the Spawn, Rotate, Move into another, Banish, and Animation, and then we have Idle, Move, and Follow. Once these guys are good to go, we will then move on to the aura for the customer, and then we should be good to go. And then the customer, yeah, once we do the customer sphere, that'll be the main mechanics. The mechanics I know 100%. And what's the note app? Hi, yeah, can I get a Big Mac? Welcome into stream, welcome in. It is called Concepts. If you'd like to know all of the apps I use, you should be able to do that guy right there. That should let you know the answer. And let's see here. Let me go ahead and click on this guy. Oh, wrong guy. Didn't mean to click on that guy. Yes, indeedy. Okay. Yeah, once we finish the three main mechanics, then we just have to do some of the other guys. I believe it was the purple stars that we wanted to maybe do once we got these guys 100% done. And welcome back from the ad breaks. Welcome in. You have missed really not a thing. I'm just trying to figure out where to go next if we do have the free time afterwards allowed. And I can let you know what the decision was made. Yeah, what the decision made was. There we are. The one time I'm not trying to have my words backwards. What we're doing is after we make sure that the ghost can wander and follow the player, that's all good to go. Next step, we'll make sure that their banish animation is added. And if then we still have some time, we'll work on having the ghost detect when customers exist in and out of the range, the fear aura. And the fear aura is just going to be a fun mechanic where, I say fun, it's probably going to be a little bit frustrating, but it's supposed to be a little bit frustrating in the sense of, if you don't banish the ghost, customers are going to leave because there's a chill in the air when the ghosts are around. That's the idea of the fear aura. I can speak, I assure you. With that said though, let's go back into programming here. And hi tea in a mug. Welcome into stream, welcome in. And I might actually get my game finished here soon. Lovely, that's always really nice to hear. Setting out to do something and then getting to complete the thing. That's always really nice, so best of luck. Let's see, let me go and save you here. Save you here. So I'm thinking, if we just grab the entity .target, and then we do entity.target.get_parent, and then we say if the parent of our target, so whatever the parent is, equals, or is not player, something like that, I think we'll be okay. This might be something we change later, but for now, I think this will take care of it. So if it's not a player, then we don't need to do it. Or if it's not a player, then we can do it. Let's see if that does fix it. If I re-enable Godot here, go back to you here, we go to you here, we have our levels here. When we spawn in our customer, let's make sure the customers go to their specific seats. So we spawn customer. Customer's good, they're in the center. We want them to also go to the center here. And welcome back, Kawa, welcome back. Alrighty, customer, are you going to go to the center of the seat? Yes, they are. You see now they're completely centered. And when we have the ghost, if we go ahead and spawn in the ghost, let's see. Well, yep, following, moving, good to go, lovely. And when the ghost gets into our radius, they shouldn't snap towards us. Oh, I teleported. Didn't mean to do that, ghost. When they come to our center, we should still be able to move around. So that does fix it. So good to go, halfway done. The ghost now follows us when we are in the radius. Now we just need to add it so that when we exit the radius, the ghost goes back to its usual behavior. And then we should be good. All right, to start off, what I'll do is make sure I make a backup, and we're just going to call this halfway through, ghost now follows player. So ghost now follows player. Lovely. And that way, if in the future we have accidents, the good news is that we have a place we can come back to, our backup, so to speak. And game looks pretty cool. How long have you been working on it? I have been working on this game for a little bit over a year. I started working on it last August. This is the second game I've ever made. So I learned very quickly. The small game I set to make did not actually feel small. I noticed my bongo can be a typing memo too. How cute! And if you'd like to try the game out, tea in a mug, the prototype is also on itch at the moment, so I can do Necrotype. There you go. Prototype is subject to, bugs and things of that nature because it's a prototype, but hopefully that can give you the idea of what we're going for. It is a rhythm typing cafe game. Today, we're working on the cafe portion of the game where you play as a necromancer and you're gonna have to banish ghosts and also serve customers. So we're working on the ghost functions at the moment. And when you enter the ghost radius, the ghost is so happy to see you that they want to follow you around. Our main character, she's afraid of ghosts, so you want to banish them. You don't like them, they're scary. And thank you for the follow. Is it Benofi, maybe? Welcome in. I can certainly try your name again, but hi. Alrighty then. Now that we have the ghost and the ghosts you're able to enter the radius, now we're going to need a way to have them leave and go back to their desired behavior. I don't think that's going to be painful. I say until it is. But let's give it a try, shall we? So we'll go back into utility here, close you here as well. And the ghost want a hug from her MC, but is terrified of ghosts. How unfortunate. Exactly. And I just hear the how unfortunate thing. How unfortunate. Uh-oh. I'm gonna do a sneaky thing. Put another candle in the ring. Let's see here. Target manager. Nope, we're good. Register targets. You there, target there. We can go ahead and close on you. Close on state. We don't need you. Player, we don't need you as well. Move state. We just need to figure out where we put these coordinates at. You're there. I can just do Control-Shift-F and then do ghost and then do slash and then do target. And that should find where yep, there we are. Okay, here we go. We can go ahead and remove these now that we know they're working for certain. Now, those guys should not spawn when we're trying to check other things. And oh, Rodrigo, Eris, I just listened to a great track that should be the theme of your channel. Oh, yeah, I'd love to hear it. Stream discussions and suggestions. I do agree, yeah. I'm quite curious now. How neat. I would love to. Well, the thing is, it's like, I've been using the starting soon screen music forever. I say forever. For over a year since I started streaming, which is last year. It does not feel, it feels like using it since the start, I think, just about since. So I do like shaking it up now and then, like when we were at Halloweeny mode. So I'm all ears. So let's see, once we remove it from rotation, we do all of those things. Now, when we're at the ghost again, now that we have removed it, now what we need to do is on vision body exited. If it is a player, now what we need to do is add ghost to wander rotation. We need to do the signal. Do we already have the signal, or is that a thing? Or let's see, add ghost to rotation image. Okay, it's not a thing. Good to know. So what we'll do is do ghost manager here. We have remove ghost from rotation and set player as target. What we're going to do then is do, let's see here. Truth be told, I think it's just okay to do add ghost to idle spot, possibly, and set ghost to wander state, ghost.target equals null, and then set ghost to wander state. Yeah, add ghost to idle spot. Target manager assign random ghost. Do we ever use you anywhere? Find. We don't use you. Okay. Well then, what we'll do is just remove this guy here, and we have target manager dot assign random target, and then we set the ghost to wander state, the ghost dot target. So what I wonder is, can we just do you, and then go up here, change ghost to wander state, copy you, and you are a thing, aren't you? You are indeedy. So in our ghost manager, can we just go to our, let's see here, our ghost, and then do instead something like this here, and then we'll do add ghost to wander, change ghost to wander state. That connects to a ghost, I believe. So, does that work? I'm quite curious to see. And I really enjoyed hearing Girl Next Door for the outro theme. Yes, I do like Girl Next Door too. I'm telling you, I think Filter was out when we started, when streaming started, but I do like that song. That's one of my favorites, especially since I found the Bossa Nova version of it. Or is it Bosca Nova? I forget how to pronounce it. We'll spawn in our ghost here. And now that the ghost is spawned, we are in status idle, status idle. When we enter, exit, status move, following. The status should now go back to wandering. And then we set spot. Yep, okay. So the status should go, it should change a little bit. Something's off just a smidge, but we are doing things. The status and state just need to be updated. So let's go back to here, change ghost to wander state. Why are you not too happy? When we do this function, or when we do the signal, when we emit it, let's see where it connects. So you emit, it connects to here, add ghost to idle spot. And this function, what it does, if I click it, you can see ghost.target equals null. Then we do target manager and we assign random target to the ghost. After that, we set the ghost to wander state. Where is the set ghost to wander state? Where do we see it at .connect? .connect set ghost to wander state. It is not a thing. That's why it's not working. Makes sense? Alrighty then, let's see. Add ghost to idle spot. Truth be told, I don't even think we have to do that. I think the thing is, when we spawn the ghost, it has a, oh, never mind. We need to do change idle spot. No, we need to do add to idle something. In quick cheers. Thank you, Rodrigo. Let's see here. Add ghost to idle spot. Okay, what we need to do then is not this guy here and add ghost, yeah, assign random target. And then we're going to do utility.set ghost to wander state. And we have that there. And then this guy here connects, and that's there. And set to wander is not a thing. That's just A-okay. That's all good to go. What we'll then say instead is, no, we have it right here. Lovely. We'll just move the ghost. So copy you here, go back to our ghost manager. So instead, it just might be a thing for doing ghost dot move. And then we just have that there. Try that instead of the signal. And the thing is too, I think that's what it was. I had a yellow mark around refactoring. A lot of these functions, depending on how we implement ghost in our utility, not functions, signals. A lot of these signals are dead, but some of them aren't. So once we clean up the ghosts, once we add them back into the game, I will also go back through here. I believe this was one of the ones untouched. This is over a year old of some broken code, or not broken code, just dead. It's just dead. The signals don't work anymore because I changed them everywhere else. If it's one place that's bloated in the code, it's probably the utility, since I use the utility everywhere. Everything, for the most part, though, has been cleaned and sorted, which is nice. So spawn the ghost back into here. Ghost is now status idle, and ghost.move. Move does not exist on character body. Oh, right. Forgot, right? What we need to do is do ghost dot, and then we need to do state, or yeah, state manager, state_manager dot move. There we are. State manager dot move. Now try it. Give that a go, ghost. See how you feel about it. How are we doing? How are we hanging? If I click on you here, spawn in a ghost. Ghost is now spawned. Move following. it needs to be set to move wandering. And then once the ghost is in that area, so I'm just gonna do that there. Yep, it's going from green to not green. And now it's moving wandering. The final test we'll see is if it goes to idle, and let's see here. Idle, idle, idle. Lovely. Good. And how long have you been doing game dev? I have been doing game dev for, technically speaking, probably like a year and a half. If combining everything, I'll say this instead. I think is a little bit better. Godot probably combined a year and a half. If I gave myself that credit. I've been working on this game since last year, and then I made a game in 24 hours. So I wouldn't even call that, what would you say? Yeah. The thing is though, that 24-hour game wasn't made in a day. It was just anytime I worked on the game, I had a stopwatch going, and I would just add the time. So it took maybe me about 2 weeks to complete the game, but it was a 24-hour time sink total. So not long in game development at all. I am still very much a beginner. Maybe the only leg up I have is that I did go to college for game development, but I did end up dropping out 2 years into the process. While I was there, I learned C++, Visual Studio, and I realized halfway through, we're not learning any game engines. Hence why I dropped out, and hence why I started learning game engine Godot. But since then, I've learned, GDScript and Godot, so not a lot of the experience, but I do know a few things here and there. That's the difference. Let's see. So status idle, status move, follow, wandering, follow, move. Look at him! All right, the only issue is now his animations aren't working properly. But now the ghost will go back to the rink, move, wandering, move, wandering, move. Look at that, isn't that neat? And stretch, sure.
Dreams
Oh, I'm so happy to see this.
Dreams,
This is lovely. Stretch. There we are. And Eris might be a bit of a beginner right now, but I kind of feel like even after she's a 6-year seasoned veteran with 3 to 4 releases on stream, she'll still call herself a beginner. The thing is, I like having proof of my accomplishments. I like having a portfolio. I think I will be able to call myself not a beginner when I've had two to 3 games published, released. Then I can say I'm a moderate developer, but because I haven't done anything yet, I haven't even ever posted to Steam or things of the sorts, so it's still very much I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just Googling things, closing my eyes and reaching out in the dark and hoping I touch something. But then again, that's programming in a nutshell. When you don't know something, when you don't know something, you just have to know how to learn that thing. Half the idea of programming is just knowing how to Google. What you saw earlier when we figured out the problem. And hi, Banana Fee. And oh nice, I did CES and GD in college, but dropped out. GD, game design. Yes, I was going for computer science and game design. Game programming, I believe. Yeah, computer science was the overall degree. I do agree. Okay, so the only thing we have to figure out is why is the ghost not moving in the directions we told it to do? The ghost should face us since they're moving in that direction. The proper animation that should play, you can see right now they're pink, but if I exit, they turn blue, but look how they turn. What was that? Huh? Are you gonna talk about that? What was that, ghost? Huh? It had a hard time moving through this. Are you going to do it again? No. Huh. Weird. Okay, go up here. Yeah, come up here. You can do it. I believe in you. You're not bugging out anymore. Aha. No. Keep following me. Yeah. Go up here. Let's see here. Yep, go up. Weird. I thought it was an interaction with those guys, but no. It seems to be okay now. Super duper awkward. And at least he now follows you. Yes, he does. Lovely. I'm really happy to hear it. I'm glad. And we just need the direction to be different now. We need him to move that way when he's following towards us. Right now, it's only playing 1 out of many interactions. And as someone that has done a lot for Flash games and never built a portfolio, I fully relate. I'm bothering out of practice and beginning, and a beginner. I'm bothering out of practice and a beginner. Hi, Tiny Tim Kills. Welcome into the stream. But interesting. I've always wanted to make a Flash game before. I always enjoyed Flash games growing up, so that does warm my heart to hear. So let's see here. What we need to do is check on the animations. If we go to our ghost here, we got the little ghosty guy. When the ghosty guy here has their animations change, you should be able to see our animation tree guy play. And this is the animation for follow left, or if we play it, possibly. Follow left is not being played. Where are we at? Why won't you play? Is the sprite is the problem, or why are you not playing? Hold on, animation idle. Does idle play? Idle does not play. Huh, odd. Why is that the case? The ghost has the ghost sprites. You do have that there. When we do the player does it, right? Yeah, your animations are good. When we're on animation player, you should do walk down and play? No, you just do idle. Okay. I'm not understanding something here, and that's okay. And let's see here. At least you follow you now? Oh, thank you. And your name is so fun to read. A fun spelling for the dessert made of banana, whipped cream, and caramel sauce. Oh, I see. And ohayo gozaimasu. I do know the beginning of that at least, and something desu. I got a little bit there. Still learning Japanese 100%, but welcome in. Nice to meet you, first time viewer here. My name is, I'm guessing that's the name then. You're saying your name. Okay, I think I get it. Ichikayuno desu. Ohayo gozaimasu. Hello, welcome in. And I use a translation device, but I want to become friends. Oh, I see. Well, welcome in. How even more special. And let's see here. Animation tree takes over animation player. Oh, that would make sense. Oh, there. That makes sense. Thank you for that one. It's to create over to spell it. And I subscribe to your channel. Also like button. Well, thank you. Thank you. Welcome in. And Nihongo Jozu. I see. Your Japanese is very good. Well, thank you. Let's see here. So animation tree. We have start. We have our idle. Yes. We also have our following. That's when they change color. And our following animations, why does it not want to change the animations? We have this guy here. It's follow down. We have this guy for follow up. We have this guy for follow right. And we're VTuber friends. Oh, sweet. Let's see. And hello, I'm new here. Is it possible that she's a Turk? I was wondering because of her name she has. And hi, Baka. Bakba. Welcome in the stream as well. Welcome in. And great name then. Let's see. So follow right. Follow left, okay, follow up. Why is it not changing the animations? Hold on. Does it have a center animation? No, okay, that's not it then. That's not it. We have, let's see. And thank you for this description on YouTube. Hold on, let me go ahead and grab that name. If I click on you here and you here, it was Slateboard. Thank you, and welcome in from YouTube side of things. So let's see here. The issue is what exactly? We are using the negatives, right? This guy here is walk left. Oh, walk left. Walk left. Why are you walk left? You should be... Oh no, this is wandering. This is right. Yes, indeedy. And if we go back to root, we go to our following guy here. And on our following, it should be followed down, I believe. If I click this guy, hold on. Click on you. There we go. Follow down. It should be follow up. It should be follow left. And then this should be follow right. Yes, indeedy. Let's see. And if we click on that there, let's see. Okay, so our followings get to go. Our idle is reset, auto following, and we have you, auto wandering, break loop at end. Maybe that's it. These guys have break loop at end. If I click on break loop at end, and I have you break loop at end and break loop at end there. Okay, that's the only difference I can spot, at least just generally, on maybe why it's not happy. This is play mode travel. We have play mode travel here as well. These guys should be okay, I think, good to go. Idle goes into following also as well, and you go into wandering. Let's try that and see if that fixes the animation at all. Clicking those two toggle buttons. Fingers crossed. It's always nice when you don't have to do too much. It's not too painful. We spawn in the ghost, and our ghost, are you going to follow towards us? No. Their animation still isn't working properly in the sense of they should turn towards us when they're walking. Did it do it for a second? I thought it did. No. They're only, they should face like that, but they should be pink. Okay then, why is that the case that it doesn't want to do the thing there? Oh, I know why. I think I do at least. If we go into our ghost, I saw it before, move state, wandering, move string, aha! Here we are, move string, hello! I remember you from last week. This was the thing I came up with for changing the parameters here. We have to change the move string back if it does exist. So that is to say, what we'll have to do is put the move string back into a different one. The ghost initially has the wandering move string, but if it is a different one, that's a different one. This here, I have it as a move string because it's also used for customer. So this isn't, what is it? This isn't customer specific. It works for both customer and ghost. And thank you, Bakba, for the follow. Welcome in the stream. Welcome in. Let's see here. Yeah, that's why I use it for both customer and ghost. That move string, we need to change that move string. So how can we do that? How can we say that to be the case? I'm thinking maybe we can have a function here and change the move string to that guy there, I think would be the possibility. So on this update animation tree, what I'm thinking is possibly if our state type, or whatever our state type is, if the state type is move, then we do something else. So update animation tree happens on process. What I'm wondering is update animation state move idle, all of those things on hydrate.
Rodrigo TPHS just redeemed
Hydration
hydrate.
shall happen. Hydration all good to go. Thank you, thank you. Thank you for the redeem. So let's see here. What I'm guessing is our current status. Where do we use this update animation at? Control-Shift-F. Yes, indeedy. Where are you used? We use it in customer. We also use it in ghost. We also use it in follower. We also use it in entities. And we also use it in move state. So up here on our enter exit, we do you here, yes, indeedy, and type move. And we do you here. Okay. So what I'm wondering is for our move state update animation, I would want to see about possibly making it so that entity.updateAnimation.type move. Yeah. And what I'm thinking is, in our ghost, we have an update animation, and that's what this is here. What I'm going to question is possibly, depending on if it's move, we set current status to wander. Yes, indeedy. Wandering. Oh, I see. Okay. Current status idle or wandering. Yes. I think it would be better to change it to moving because our status is status.wander, status.move. So instead, we're going to set that there. I think that's the case here. Ghost.wandering and double checking here. Yeah, status is you. Okay. In that case then, if the current status is, let's see here, move. And then what we'll say is if, and then we'll say current state, or rather we can do match here. Another match, and then we'll do current, and then let's see, current state. That's what we want to look for, our state. So our status is idle or wandering, and we also have following too. We're updating the animation, the type of state. We're not looking for that specifically. We're looking for our status, because that changes the status to wandering. So is there a way I can check? Let's see, our ghost here. Yeah, our status. That's what I want to check. So current status, status wandering. Yeah. Okay. Update animation type state.type. I think maybe doing this a little bit differently would be a little bit better in the sense of we just have to figure out how to grab this here. State manager.current. Ah, here we are. Current state. Lovely. Okay. Well then, if our state and our status, current status. Yes, current status is that there and we're setting the current status. No, that doesn't work. Okay. This is where we're running into status versus state again. Our update animation either changes it from wandering. If we're moving, we have two options. We should be able to do wandering or following. That's why I'm wondering. That's why I'm wondering, is there a way we can track it? Let's see. Status animation tree and name. Yes, all of you guys. The status does end up working at the end of the day. The bottom guy, which is our status label, does get changed correctly to following. That is good news. And we do that by updating the state manager.current state. So what I'm thinking is, instead what we'll do is just grab that current state. And the current state, if we save that there, let's say, yeah, status label, current status. I see. Okay, well then, match type, current type is either idle or move. If we're moving, then we're going to check the current status. And the current status, let's see, match current status, but we're setting the current status. This is what I'm not too sure about, but that's okay. Match, yeah, okay, current status equals, I'm curious to try then. If we just pass this, do Control K, and then do pass, what happens? I want to try. And state manager, start manager, cannot resolve external class manager. Huh? Well, what are you angry at? State manager, start manager, cannot start, oh, state. You should be state. STATE_MANGR. Are you happy now? Lovely. Okay, let's see. If I click on play here, does it really affect things, or and is that just code I think will work, but one doesn't end up working? We spawn in the ghost here, state manager, and why are you angry? Non-existent function. You should be called state manager, and our state manager is state manager. Copy. State manager, let's see here. You are that there. Oh, state manager, I see. State manager dot start. Should really be what it is. Yeah, state manager dot start. I would like that better. If I do Control Shift F, find everywhere. Where do we use it at? Start manager, and that's in a manager. Yes, I want to do Control Shift F. I want to replace all of the start managers with just start. I think that works out better. There we go. Start. All right. That way the manager.start makes more sense. But the all in all idea is something is off here. And why are we off here? Start. There we are. It's saying it's angry because there's a non-existent function in Ghost State Manager. I think maybe it's because it's saying that the state manager doesn't exist. If we go back to our ghost, we should have it on deck, state manager, state manager. We do indeed have it on deck already here. So we should be fine. I'll click play again and let's see. I click on play there. We click on you here. We click on you here. We go ahead and spawn in a ghost. So spawn in a ghost here. Okay, it's working. I do not complain. All right, your status is idle, idle. We enter here. You are now move and now you are following, okay? And if we escape out of you here, we're back to move and wandering, and you should go to idle, idle when you get there. Idle and wandering. We do not set it back. You're still wandering. Okay, that's okay. Idle to wandering. Yeah, we usually want to go from that. And then let's see, you here, move follow, back to another guy here, move wandering, and you should go to idle wandering. So something that's changed the status, and that's what this is here that we removed, right? Update animation. We take this type, and we set the status. Yes, indeedy. Okay, well then, this is all right. What we would need to find out is the current status, but we can't find out the current status because we're wandering. So let's see here. My guess then is going to be that if we have a target and the target is player, then we know for a fact that we aren't wandering, we're following. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this. And what I'm thinking is, and right now it's not a good idea, but that's okay. I think what we'll do is we'll have a move for a following. Right now it's attached to the player, but if I were to, for example, want to have a train of ghosts, which I do like the idea of, if we were, then it wouldn't need to be specifically to the player. I think maybe we should just say entity. It's following the entity around, but I don't know about that because maybe we have a target that's movable. But if it's a movable target, then I would call it an entity. Targets are things that stand still. The thing is, the target stands still on the player, but it still counts as a target because it's not moving itself. It's a little bit different. The player has a target. The target isn't the player. That's to say, what I'll do is status state.type moving, and then we'll say if target, and then we'll say target, yes, indeedy, target dot get underscore parents, P-A-R-E-N-T, parents, and then is player. We'll do one thing. Otherwise, we'll do this. That's what we'll do. So we'll either send it to wandering or we'll send it to following. Something like that there. F-O-L-L-O-W-I-N-G. Status.following. Correct? You work, I believe. All right. If I click play, does that fix the initial issue we had? Let's see. Let's look good at levels. You there. Go ahead and spawn in our ghost. Ghosty boy, hello. All right. Status, idle, idle. Following, wandering, idle. Lovely. It's working as intended. The last step then, which I want to do, is that if it is the case that we are following, then what we're going to say is we're going to say our state manager, not state manager. What we would need to do is change our move state guy, our move string. Do we know our move state? Move state, state manager. We'll just grab our move state here. Well, actually, no, it's fine. State manager, are you a ghost state manager? You are indeed. Okay. Then what we're going to do is access it, I think, through the state manager.move state or something. Do we make it a function or how do we do it? I think it would be best to do, let's see here. You there, and then depending on the state, we set it to the string. So I think it'd be better to set it here. I think would be better. So what we'll do is say func, and we'll do update, and then we'll say update, and then we'll say move underscore string. Update move string, and this is where we'll keep the move string at. I think that'll be best. So if we ever want to change the move string, we'll do it in this function. This will be its home. And I think just by doing that, we'll be fine. And good night, no worries at all, Rudy. Have a lovely rest, and I hope you sleep well. And it's so late, I can't think. I'm going to work and sleep. I say, well, I hope you have some lovely, lovely dreams. And we'll take the ghost. So we'll do we'll do ghost state. So what I need to do is do, let's see here, state, and then, no, let's see. Ghost state, G-H-O-S-T underscore state. And then we'll have this guy say, well, do you have our state? Yeah, we have states. Status. That's what we're looking for. Status. And then we'll do this guy here. And then we'll say ghost dot status. and then we'll have it you as a, let's see, that there, then that there for void, have that enter the that, and then match, and we're going to do status, and then we're going to say that if the status happens to be, so ghost.status dot, and we're going to say wandering, then we're going to say our move state dot, and we're going to set that, let's see here, move state dot move string equals, and then that's where we would set it at. So I'm going to do this, I'm going to copy you, I'm going to paste you in here, and if it's wandering, one thing, if it's following, it's another thing. If it's following, we're going to have following, and if it's wandering, it's going to say this little guy here, an F-O-L-L-O-W-I-N-G, following. And now, fingers crossed, all we have to do is just go back to ghost here, go down here, and if you, that's that. And then, regardless of our if, we're going to say state manager dot, and we're going to say update, let's see, update move string, and we're going to send the current status. Okay, and if it works the way I think, this should fix it, but let's see. There's always testing, isn't there? So levels here, you here. Let's go ahead and spawn in the ghost. Alrighty, ghost, time to shine. You do move, it seems to be correctly. Lovely, look at that. Now he has those little move animations. Now, if I leave, he should turn blue again, and he should still have his, there we are. And I'm going to enter again, he follows us, and then he leaves, it goes back to blue, and when he stands still, it should be idle. It should then be, let's see, following move, let's see, move wandering, and then idle again. And if that does work, then I think he's good to go, at least for now. Idle. Okay, which means I can now for certain say it's getting there. And you can see, I don't know if you did multiple sig, visible eyes. If I just disable if I disable the debug view, you should now be able to see the color a little bit more if I spawn in the ghost here. Look at this little guy. He's blue until I get close, in which case he turns pink and follows me around. But if I leave, he's going to go back to wandering, and that should not happen. Now, why is what I'm questioning, and I don't know the answer. We tried to figure this out earlier, but it seems to be the case sometimes he gets into the collision, and if the collision is, I don't know what makes it angry for some parts, but not other parts. Sometimes it wants to work. That just might be a bug to figure out. Yeah, not that too. Yeah, you're not supposed to do that either, are you? Well then, seems we're not done. We're kind of done. It's working, but it's not completely working. It's functioning awkwardly, like that. He should not be able to moonwalk. He should just face the other way. Well then, that's A-okay. All good to go there. Let's see. I'll go ahead and just save the backup because it's working. It's just not working 100%. I'll take what I can get. I'll go ahead and have one here. Ghost stops following, ghost detection. That's what we'll call it. D-E-T-E-C-T-I-O-N. Ghost detection. All right. Commit and sync and push, and we should be good to go. Okie dokie. Well then, with all of that now said, let's see. Why would the ghost not work properly is my question to ask, and my question to hear. And occupied list. Let's also remove that too. Let's see. O-C-C-U-P-I-E-D. I want to remove that print as well, so we're not getting a lot of occupados here. So occupied, Control-Shift-F, find match case, occupied, full letters, print occupied. I see. And where are we doing this guy here? I see. I'll just comment you out so that we have less text going on here. Well, that's all I wanted. Save that there. Okay, so let's enable our collision shapes, do all of those guys there, and save you here. Okay, let me get some water while we're at it. Okie dokie, let me get a little bit of juice as well. Let's see here. Okay, now with all of that said and done, back to levels, back to you. Let's see if we can figure out why it sometimes works. That's what I'm not sure about anymore. If I spawn you in, spawn on the ghost, good to go so far, just decently all right. And if we go over here, oh, another thing too, that occupied vacant still not showing, but that's okay. We'll move it when we move it, or when we close this. So state move follow, we follow. This works as intended, but when he snaps out of it, when he changes his idea, it doesn't go to the wandering direction that I would have thought it would have went in, which is odd. As well, you can see it does not go into the center like we wanted it to do. I think that's half the, well, and sometimes it does. Sometimes it just thinks of stuff, yes, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Are you going to do it again? Are you going to come out of the circle and then move back into the circle? Yeah, and you're off center? No, and then out in, okay. Interesting, good sir. I'm going to leave the circle. What are you going to do? Walk back in, following. Oh yeah, you are following me. Hold on, let me get out of here. Your radius should be maybe a little bit smaller for testing. I don't even think I can get out of the radius. No, we're good. Yeah, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And another thing to note as well is that it is snapping. We're trying our best to make it not look like it's snapping. We want it to feel like it's slowly going into that position, because when you can't see the collision shapes, it looks like it's snapping. And that's not what we want. We want it to feel fluid, but it doesn't have to feel fluid. Fluidity is not my top priority at the moment. Functionality is. So I'll take what I can get. Status move, status following, status wandering. And it seems to always be this guy, which is interesting. And idle, you're good to go in that regard. Status idle, status move, status following. Yeah, collision shapes aren't working quite well, which is okay. That's all right. Okay, that's fine with me. I'll go ahead and close this guy here. And let's see. So what could possibly be the issue then? When we do our update status, we do update animation idle here on enter. Maybe that's the issue here on our ghost. Let's see here on our move update animation, and then on our move state here, we also do update animation type. And still, so you need to delete the previous point? Could you elaborate a little bit on what you mean, Rodrigo? I'm quite curious. It sounds maybe, but I don't know quite. And also we need to do Control-Shift-F on that. Occupied. Where are we still using occupied at? We're using it here. Where are we using you at, per se? Let's see, you here, you here, you here, you here. That's the only area we're using it at. So where are you getting this? Vacant, yeah, or vacant spots. All of our spots here. Idle spot, idle spot. Maybe it's in the, what is it, whole words possibly? Anywhere here, print occupied. Yeah, and vacant. Print occupied and vacant list. We're summoning this guy somewhere, but it only seems to be here, which is why I'm questioning things. Print debug message, registers targets in, node to node. Let's see, can't register targets, target list, occupied target list and empty. Oh, I see. Are you this? Fine. Where do we use you? We use you there and we use there. And do it for connect. Do we ever use this guy anywhere? Let's see, Control-Shift-F, find. You are used on emit here. I see. Print occupied targets and you there for emit. That shouldn't be a problem here. And a signal here and a void there. And a print here and a go print there. I see. Well then, that's fine. And I see that a vector is marked showing where it has to rest when you're out of range. But anyone's generated and the other remains, it seems to go to the closest one. Hold on, you might be onto something. The thing is, it has a 33% chance to go to one of the 3 spots. So the ghost can either go to this spot, or this spot. So it just could also be a thing of it's not the percent chance, but with that in mind, let's look at the behavior. I think it's random, but it could be. It should just get removed off the list. If I spawn a ghost, it'll go to one of those 3 spots. When I enter, it'll remove itself from the list of spots, and when I leave, it'll go to that spot. So you're saying the nearest spot is what your guess is? Let's see, if I go, so it's not generated. No, those 3 spots are there. And we have that guy there, so that guy goes up there. And then if I go up here, oh nope, we're still in the radius. Okay, if I leave here, it goes to that one. And then the closest one would be right beside it. So does it go to the, oh, I can't move, hold on. Closest one? No, it doesn't seem to go to the closest one always. It's just random. And I do it this way with the spots, because if I want to make a custom level or I want to do different levels, I want it to have flexibility in here. And it's getting rather late for me. Bye, chat. Like, thanks for stopping by, Noi. Thanks for chatting as well. I hope you have a lovely night, since you said it's getting rather late. Hope your rest goes well. Bye-bye. Yeah, I have these guys here because if I want the ghost to move instead to, oh, hold on. You get the point. I can just move this here and it would change the ghost spawn. If I want to add more ghosts, then I could remove it, so and so and so forth. However, I do understand the idea that if we do it this way, or randomization would be better, just because it would be, well, it wouldn't feel fair, but it would feel less strict. It's like figuring out the spawn locations of enemies and then camping them. That's the feeling I get. And so what's the problem then? There's 2. if I click back on here and click play, the animation, something's wrong with the animation and something's wrong with the collision. If I click play on here and I spawn in these guys, and hi Astro, welcome into stream, welcome in. And I wish you could do an alien spaceship or tutorial for my game. It needs more astronomy objects. I do at some point want to do space as a theme for, our studies. That is on my to-do list. However, spaceship, I'm not much of a fan of sci-fi, funny enough. I'm not big into machines and robots and technology, so it's a little bit hard to do a study around that. But I do know people are into it, so maybe I can find some way to add some fantasy. If I had to choose between fantasy and sci-fi, I'd go with fantasy. So I'd be less more about sci-fi, more about, like, what was it? Cthulhu. He's less sci-fi, I'd say. And did somebody say technology? I'm sorry I wasn't paying attention. No worries at all, Rodrigo. I am, but okay. Yeah, I figured as much. Yeah, it's something to each their own, but I wouldn't be opposed to it at all, since we have done a study on machines before and robots. So vehicles, space vehicles could be a thing in the future. I can see it certainly. Let's see. When I spawn in the ghost, the expected result is that the ghost should face towards me, they should change in color, and the status should be, or it should say, instead of idle, it should be following and move, or move and following. State is following, I believe, or yeah, let's see. State, move, status, following. Yeah, move, following. And currently, they are moving in the right direction. They are, but you see it? Why do they turn left? There's no reason for them to turn left. That's one issue, and I think I know how to check at least, or get a little bit more in detail. I think it's just a pathing issue. Aside from that, another issue is that sometimes when I leave, when they change back to blue, they're not looking in the right direction. So if I come out of here, they're looking in the right direction. I come in, I come out, moving the right direction, come in, come out, moving the right direction, come in, come out, backwards. Why are you moving backwards? Those are the two problems I'm seeing at the moment. I think I know how to look at one. My question is then, why do they like moving backwards? Is it because it's not getting flipped? That could be it, maybe, but sometimes it works. It only seems to not want to do it when, okay, you know what? I know I can check. And he's dancing, he's the little guy. Let's see, I am in here, and if it is the case that it's just not flipping, if I go to the left here, oh, hold on. I don't think it'll let me, hold on. Aha, aha, aha! I checked it, yeah. The animation is, something's wrong with the left animation. Something's off there. Let's see if we can find it. It wasn't this specific guy. It was just because I couldn't get to the left of these guys when I left the radius. So it's something to do with the radius leaving. And let's just double check the animations here. So you, good sir, animation tree, are wandering. What do we see? When you wander, and I don't think you'll be able to see it if I hover over it. This guy here is walk left. This guy here is walk right. This guy here, when I click on it, should be walk right. If this is, yep, walk right. And this guy up here should also be walk right. These are correct. We have over here, let's see here, walk left. Walk left. Should also be walk left. Walk left. And you should also be walk left. Good. That's good to know. And then on here, we should have, let's see, wander, following left. Along here, let's see, following left. Oh, if I click it, following left. Yes, follow left. Follow left. Follow left. And then over here, it should be follow right, follow right, follow right. Follow right. We have follow right. We have follow right. So those are true. They are working as intended. The blend is discrete. And if I go to this other guy here, the one is also discrete here too. Yeah, okay. The animations are paired correctly. And for some reason, when we do this animation, it's working now. The other one's not working, which is odd. Double checking here, the condition is set to wandering. That's true. Following here, that's true. When we're going from wandering to following, following. When we're going from following to wandering, wandering. And then we have idle to following, following. And I think that's okay. That seems fine so far. In our move state, when we have the move string of wandering, if we click into you should be able to see update type move. Walking is the default. And then here we can see this is where the animation is set. We have a parameter, we have the move string, and then we have the blend position. So the question is, what is the problem? This is the blend position, the move string. And when I click into the animation tree, you can see wandering. That's what it's looking for. And I have wandering as for the ghost set as the default. And this guy is changed if we go to here. Wandering here and following here. That's the only thing I'm doing, is I'm just changing the name so that they work properly. For some reason, maybe it's the case that on our update move string, it doesn't do it properly. I don't quite know. That's my only thing. On our start process, physics process, all of you here on our move, maybe we can do it here as well. So ghost type move here. Let's see if that's there as well. Update move string. Click you here. Oh, hold on. Update move string. Let's see. Current status. Move there. Just curious to see if that also, if that at all fixes it. We have current status idle. Let's see. It's only our wandering. We do know that for certain. It's only when we're leaving our wandering state. When we spawn the ghost here, we're good. You're here for good, left, right, moving up. We leave. You're going towards that side. Going towards the left. It was a matter of when they kind of backtracked. So if they happen to get something behind it, let's see if I can do it. You're going left, and then I'll go over here. I'll go over here. Oh, okay. And then I'll enter, exit. Okay. I think, did it fix itself? Hold on. We go to the left. Yes, you are going to the left. And then if I come from this angle here, we go over here. You're going to the left. And then I come in and then out. Okay, in, out, wandering. I think that might have fixed it. Maybe. I'm not seeing the issue anymore. Then again, maybe I could use more bug testing. Testing. In the sense of if I come over here, let's see. We go over here. You're in the... Okay, you're not centered. That's something I think that's also needs to be addressed too. But idle, idle. We move to you here. Move to wandering over there. We have you here following, wandering, following, wandering. You over here, following, wandering. Nope. Oh, no, we kind of fixed it. It does look like it's working. Go over here, teleport again. We're on this side now. You just aren't centered properly sometimes. Following, wandering, following, wandering, and following, wandering, following, wandering, following, wandering, following, wandering. Yeah, it's not sliding backwards anymore. So we did fix one problem. Next up was the fact that sometimes when the ghost is done following you, they don't go to the center like they should. Let's see if it'll do it. They should snap to the center. They're not snapping to the center anymore. I do know, or I think I do understand the reason why. It's what we did before with the player and why the ghost was deciding to. Oh boy, why the ghost thought to itself, yes, I have reached my location. I don't need to do anything anymore. Nothing else. If we go into our move state here, I think it's this problem here. So what I'm wondering is, if you, then reach target is true. I don't want to do reach target though. What I'll say is that if you are, let's see, yeah, physics update, you, and then that there. If the player is the target, we'll just remove this for now. Try that instead, maybe, but that just might be moving the problem. So that might not work the way I think it will. In that case, then, let's see. Maybe we can have it for check for reach or something of the sort there could maybe work. The reason why we had that check initially is because if I click play, I believe what's going to happen is when we get into the ghost range, the ghost will just stick to us. We won't be able to unstick the ghost. So if I go down here, spawn in the ghost. If I go in the ghost radius, the ghost is going to stick to us like glue. Let's see. Stick to us like glue? Yep. And we can't move from here. The ghost has arrived at its destination and it does not move. That's why we had the clause case. But because of that clause case removed, we can't do anything now. And we're trying to figure out what's the right clause case to have for it to not do this towards us and do it towards something like this instead. That was the issue. That's what we're trying to figure out. So let's see. Something here would need to work out so that it doesn't do this. And this is just checking to see if it's within range. If it's within range, then we snap it. And I'm wondering, let's see here. If target, and we'll say if target, entity.target, if entity, ENTITY, and sup, how's the necromancing going? Hi, filthy shin boy, or filthy shin obi. Welcome into stream. Things are going quite well, I can certainly say, though no necks have been harmed in the process, I assure you. So let's see here. If entity.target, and then we'll do, let's see here, if entity.target, and then we'll do dot get parent, get underscore parent, and then we'll say is, and then we'll just do is entity, actually. I think that might be better. If entity.target is not entity, then we do these things. I think that might help. Necromancing. It is quite silly. So let's see. What that guy played, let's give a go. Let's give it a look. Levels here. You here? I don't know. I'm getting sleepy. Let's see. Spawn you. Spawn in the ghost. And ghosty boy. Hello, hello. All right. We'll go ahead and enter, exit, snap, enter, exit. Let's see if you snap again. I'll go and teleport over here. That way I can get a leg up on you and we can check for ourselves. You should go to the center. You don't go to the center. Something is off with that. Okay, that just might need more testing in general. Nothing at all comes to mind on how to fix this. I do know what the issue is, and that issue is just going to be something to do here. If I, let's see here, undo all of you, then just double checking the issue is acknowledged. And if it is that part of code that is causing the issue, then it just might have to be a different fix I go with for making sure it can snap to the target. So spawn in here, spawn in a ghost. We just have to make sure we never are in the oh, hold on. We don't want it to get stuck to us. That's the important part here. We'll go down here. It shouldn't detect us. Yes, you can see snapping happens. Only, but if the ghost touches us, then we're a bit out of luck. We go here, ghost goes there, it snaps. So I just might have to figure out a new way for it not to snap onto the player outside of this area here, since it seems to break some of it, which will be okay. Alrighty then. It's about 4:53 now. Let me check the timer here. Let's see here. Either you there? Yeah, okay. Alrighty then. I think we'll end it here then, since I think this is a good spot. Otherwise, you might be here another 30 minutes and figuring out things. So I'll take a break. I think I'm gonna work on this more later today, and that'll be fun. But that said, though, let me go ahead and move you over here, move you over here. If you'd like to get up to date on the development of the game, and when I join, a little bit unfortunate indeed. Technically speaking, I should end in 7 minutes, but this is around the time I usually stream. I can do exclamation schedule here for you. Ads incoming soon. There, yeah. We'll try to get out before the ads. That's the schedule if you're curious and just general schedule stuff. And then I'll do as well DISCORD. So if you'd like to get up to date, if you want the most recent news on the game as well, you're curious in that, you can also join the Discord as well. With all of that said and done though, if you happen to be, thanks of course, if you happen to be on YouTube, we're going to end it here. And if you're on Twitch, consider sticking out. I always find it fun to raid someone who's doing the same thing. So in this case, we'll see if we can find a Godot developer who we haven't raided before and say what else is on the market, since Godot, I think, is one of those things that's up and coming. I'll be excited when everyone is part of Godot. With that said, though, thank you for coming. Thank you for going. Blah, blah. Thank you for coming. Thank you for joining. I hope you all have a lovely time. Again, stick around. I'm going to go to the end screen and come back if you're on Twitch. All right, with all that said and done, I hope to see you tomorrow. We'll be doing the same exact thing, same time, same place. I hope to see you all soon. Bye-bye.